you've got the real possibility of 4 and 3 playing in the GF.
Going to go into the sides and then...
Sides first.
G'day,
2 minutes,
Rabbit and
Mr.
Julie
Kendall.
Goodwin here from Star 104.5.
We love the Central Coast and we love our local sport, especially the Hunter Haval Black Diamond AFL.
If you're looking for a feature-packed premium SUV for your family, check out Hunter Haval and their range of affordable SUVs.
We want to give a massive thank you to all of the Hunter Haval Black Diamond AFL sponsors.
Belmont 16-footers Sailing Club,
GE Industrial Solutions, ISC,
Prime 7,
Bar TV Sports,
The Entertainment Grounds,
Sports Coast Trophy and Embroidery.
Marks Men Workforce.
Please support our sponsors that support us.
And we'll catch you on the radio 6 to 9 weekdays on Star 104.5.
Introducing luxury you won't have to sell the house for. The new Haval H6 from $29,990.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to Newcastle, number 1 sports ground here in West Newcastle. Preliminary final day, number 1, Newcastle City and Cardiff. With me in commentary, as always, my close colleague, Lucas James Holmes. Good afternoon, Louis.
Good afternoon, David. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. And yes, preliminary final round here. Already been a very interesting afternoon, to say the least, David. Yet to be even more so with Cardiff taking on Newcastle City, which looks to be a mouth-watering clash this afternoon.
It is indeed. Lucas Holmes, Newcastle City, please.
Newcastle City, number 1, Aidan Watling. 2, Macaulay O'Malley. 4, Stephen Batten. 5, Luke Warnsley. 6, Matt Enright. 7, returning Connor Haswell. 9, Joe O'Donoghue. 11, Stephen Scott. 3, the captain, Mitchell Knight. 4, Cade Triffett. 5, Ian Baker. 7, Ethan Durbridge. 18, Hamish Thompson. 19, Jackson Crawford. 21, Chris Jackson. 22, Reed Van Hoysteed. 23, Cam Crease. 26, Liam Dwyer. Number 30, James Fogarty. 38, Max Quinlan. 44, Jordan Harrison. And 69, the league's leading goal kicker, David, Pat Gillingham.
The Cardiff Australian Rules Football Club, number 1 and skipper Simon O'Brien. Number 3, Matthew Vukovic. Number 4, Jack Lennon. Number 5, Chad Mayo. 6, Nick Tomlinson. 7, Bryce Gretz. 8, Michael Ryan, the veteran. 12, Lachlan Price. 13, Nellie Brown. 15, Jake Island. 16, Lucas Borrow. 18, Brant Jobe. 21, Jack Pratt. 23, Hugh O'Neill. 28, Liam Gibson. 29, David O'Donnell. 33, Trent Thompson. 35, and returning Lucas Holmes, Marcus Delure. Ray Stedman, 43. Isaac Hughes, 46. Tom Yenchen, 51, and Miles Peterson, 56. Lucas, the umpires,
the
please.
Field umpires this afternoon, David. Ash Borg, Stephen Bloom, Dave Parsons. Running the boundary, Mayo Luck, Miles McCauley, Simon McCauley. And in goals duties this afternoon, Janelle Biden and Jody Jackson, David.
Good news here is that the weather has held off. The bad news is that it's starting to come in the west. Not sure if we'll get through, but we've got through 2 games. It's actually quite a nice day at number 1, Lucas. Great to be back at the old traditional headquarters at Newcastle Sport, mate.
It sure is, David. And speaking of those two games, David, final results in the Black Diamond Plate this morning. Newcastle City, 13 goals, 684, defeating Muswellbrook, 7 goals, 749. And what have we just witnessed in this GE women's competition, David? The final score, Wyong Lakes, 3 goals, 119, defeating Nelson Bay, 1 point.
Amazing. And out come Newcastle City. That was a remarkable game of women's football. For the first time in 4 years, Nelson Bay won't be in the grand final. Wyong Lakes are dangerous. They can play. They've got the best back in the league in Emily Bowen, and they've Alexandra Pearce, Sarah Ball, Monique Madalena sort of being a general, Rebecca Ives coming back to fitness, Alexandra Pearce definitely come back to fitness, and the big difference is Kanisha Murray makes a huge amount of difference because it frees up other players.
It does, gets their drive and carry, just out there attacks on the half-back flank. If you've just gone through, David, Sarah Ball, Emily Bowen, superb today, as well as Alexandra Pearce driving the ball forward.
That's right. Cardiff not far from coming out. Newcastle City are already out there. Nelson Bay and Wyong Lakes will leave the field shortly in the women's sides. Lucas, first of two preliminary finals. Tomorrow, Terrigal Avoca will go in as heavy favourites. Hello, Di, how are you? Terrigal Avoca will go in as heavy for some of our Warners Bay colleagues over there. Warners Bay will go in as massive underdogs. Terrigal Avoca, big favourites. If Warners Bay pull that off, that will be monumental. It really will. And I would imagine that Jack Harvin would have to kick 8 or 9 goals.
He's going to have to be instrumental for the forward line tomorrow. You expect Jason Van Dam is a stalwart for their back line for Terrigal Avoca and a very strong side. So it will be at Adelaide Street Oval as well, David. So playing on a neutral ground for both sides. Intriguing as well. As you said, Terrigal Avoca going in heavy favourites as you'd expect.
Oh, absolutely. And for this game, I think this will be one of the closest games of the weekend. I think that Newcastle City are dangerous. I think if Terrigal Avoca, who'll be watching, g'day Bish and all the boys, I'm sure you're watching. If they're watching this, I would suggest to you that the one that they'd be more comfortable in playing in the finals would be Cardiff. Newcastle City are dangerous, and then Newcastle City have had a wonderful second half of the season.
Well, we weren't here in this fixture on the season, David, but Cardiff got jumped in the first quarter. Newcastle City kicking 6 or 7 goals to memory, to only Cardiff's 1 or 2, breaking their undefeated run earlier in the season.
That's right, and what happened was Cardiff came home like a freight train at the end and kicked 4 or 5. They can't let that happen today, obviously. For mine, was Zach Metcalf.
He's not there.
Zach Metcalf's, they've just been called him, but he's not here.
Yeah.
With Zach Metcalf knocked here, I reckon there's all sorts of issues in matchups, particularly when Cameron Keese goes forward. I was speaking to Gary Birkinshaw earlier. He thinks that Chad Mayo might get some time on Cam. And the one that Gary thought, and of course I trust his judgment on football more than my own, he said that he reckons there's matchup issues for Patrick Gillingham. Possibly Job. Job's a very skillful player. He might go to Patrick. But if they don't stop Gillingham and Keese, look out. And the fact that Haswell's back makes a massive difference for mine.
Yeah. Well, I was very surprised in your judgment there, David. We saw Brant Job. He started forward last week and went through the midfield. So unless something goes drastic, I wouldn't expect him to see any backline time today.
It will get you to look at matchups when everything starts. Look, massive day of football here. Cannot wait to bring it to you. The Hunter Havale Black Diamond Cup preliminary final 1. Cardiff in cheese and boots, and they've got the maroon shorts, and Newcastle City in the traditional navy blue, and they've got white shorts. So you can see them warming up on Cardiff on our left and Newcastle City on our right. The weather is starting to close in a bit. It's over to the beach side of Newcastle. It's clearish, but over here the clouds and that rain is coming. I still think that there'll be some wet weather later on this afternoon, but that's the way it's going to be. It's the way we're going to have some rain, Louis, at some stage. And Collingwood have Fremantle this afternoon.
Fremantle this afternoon, and your Giants, David?
Giants tomorrow afternoon, the 3:20 game against Melbourne at the MCG. Ooh. So we've both got our membership caps on today, very proudly. And I'm not for once I'm going to back off Louis because I've got my members hat on, so I'm vulnerable.
There you go.
So we're very close to a start here. It's just about 2 minutes to 2. Look, how's this game going to be won? Jack Lennon was quiet last week, and he's got to play well for Cardiff. Newcastle City, what my problem is who's going to kick goals for Cardiff. Without Murphy there with his crook shoulder, Lachlan Price will get matched up well. Mick Ryan has to have a big game. They fed well off him last week at Tacoma, I thought.
Yeah.
Price has got to kick goals. He's got to kick them. And this Newcastle City backline's vastly experienced. Look, just over to our right, Trent Thompson is starting off, which I think is extraordinary. But Trent Thompson's starting off, as is Hugh O'Neill, as is Bryce Gretz. Wow. So we've got, in the centre, we've got Liam Gibson, which Gary Birkinshaw also said Gibson might start in the middle. Simon O'Brien, Matt Vukovic and Tom Yench in the centre with Chris Jackson, Mac O'Malley, Mitchell Knight, and I think that might be Stephen Batten on the far side, or is it Scott? Might be Steve Scott. Yeah, there's the smaller player. Yeah, that's Scott. So they're the starting fours. Lucas. Newcastle City running left to right.
Yep.
Max Quinlan's on the wing. Now, Keast has got... Is that Delore on Keast? It is.
Yes, because and you can see, ladies and gentlemen, Marcus Delore has got the heavy strapping on his shoulder from that AC joint injury a few weeks ago, David.
So Marcus Delore starting at centre-half back on Cam Keast. That's fascinating. Who is that on Patrick Gillingham, please? That looks like... Is it
O'Donnell?
O'Donnell in 29. So O'Donnell's gone to Gillingham. Keast's got Delore. And it's just about ready to rock and roll time. Cannot wait to bring in this game with my man Lucas Holmes. Our Bar TV man Kendall Clawson's here, and we're just about ready to go, Louis.
We are, David, and Gillingham, they're giving him the whole space of the square, so everyone else on the 50, Gillingham with O'Donnell one out in the goal square, David. It's what we like to see.
I think Patrick's got a yard of pace on him there, so it'll be very interesting. I'm fascinated that Delure's gone to Keast. That is really interesting. They will not want to get Keast in a one-on-one body contest with him. He'll carve him. Marcus will run off him. Rock and roll time. There goes the siren. Black Diamond preliminary final. Jackson and Yench, and we're away. Jackson first with a right-hander. Mitchell Knight tackled by Yench and Vukovic, and we'll have another ball up in the centre. Ash Ball's got the footy. Yench uses body strength and gets Jackson away from it. Peterson out there. Gibson just gets a handball towards O'Brien. Peterson again. Gibson, intercepted by Steve Scott. Peterson Hasley in, taps it away, taps it forward. Dwyer, who was sensational last week at Maitland. Joe, it's out of bounds near the tailgaters there in the background. Just after starting time, 45 seconds in, yet to score. Not a bad day here. Ground in good nick, Louis. Pitch is beautiful. It's a bit hard, but it's in good nick. Yench in front, double-hander. Yench gets the kick out. Down the wing. Durbridge goes along with that left foot driving kick. Off from Trifford. Cliff Rawford gets bundled out of that one. Van Huisteen. Can't get a kick to it. Inside to Scott. And Scott's got a chance at a goal. That is here at this ground, it's a 45-metre arc. It's not 50. So he's only going to kick from 36, 35 out, Louis. The breeze is not that much at the moment, just a little bit. We can feel it in the stand. And Scott's got the first chance at a score in this preliminary final. Gets it up and shanks it left. So, behind Newcastle City. They're one behind. Cardiff yet to score. Minute and 3/4 gone. Tomlinson kick-out duties, Lucas Holmes.
And it looks like they're going huddle, as you often see with Cardiff, with Chad Mayo being one of the outliers in this deep pocket closest to us.
Tomlinson might go to him. No, he's not going. He's going to ignore him. Goes long. The huddle's broken. That's a good kick. Whoa! Haswell nearly a screamer one-handed. Peterson has got a couple of touches early. There's the rat, Simon O'Brien. Yench gets it out. Job out to the covers. Is that the full? It is. And Aidan Watling, who had a cracking game last week, been playing some good representative footy. Goes square.
And Quinlan, sorry, David, Quinlan was on again, but Keith had dropped the mark.
Out towards Baker. Goes wide. One-hand pick-up, Dwyer. Watling, there's a whistle. Didn't see what for. Waiting for the umpire. I think it's a City free kick. Liam Dwyer it is. Gets it into the edge of the square. Inside now. Van Huisteen could have got a push in the back. Baker in 15. Durbridge in 17. Gets it wide with a grubber. Simon O'Brien gets a handball. Gets worried out of it. Jackson in there and under. Durbridge again. Uses that left foot. Tomlinson picks him off.
Switch back to Delore if they... Not Delore rather, David, but there's a switch on.
That's Ireland. Right at the death.
There's Delore.
There's Marcus. More tape on him than King Tutankhamun. Beats him for pace. That's gone too far?
Yep.
Yes, so The chase eventually from Thompson did the job. Marcus just couldn't get balanced and gets pinged for running too far without a bounce. Keast is on and got space. He's got a mismatch with Tomlinson. Ignores it. It's a 1-on-12 situation. Gets a crash ball. Coming out. No, looks for a handball. Can't get out. Scott going to be repelled here. Goes long with a helicopter. They want to stop it here. Cardiff won't get it. Watling. Haswell will be close by. He'll get the football. That's what they want. Haswell with the footy. Oh, awful delivery for the first time in a long time. Baker. Short. Rawnsley, sorry. Jackson. Durbridge. City comfortable at the moment. Comes inside. Ordinary kick picked off by Vukovic. Vukovic goes long with a swooping handball. Lennon. There's the rat. Simon O'Brien goes long. Lovely mark. Really nice. Rawnsley. Left footer comes out. Combox side. Looks for and finds very well Scott, despite attention from Thompson. Scott comes down the line. There's Max Quinlan. Decides to go long with a purposeful ball. Looking for Crawford, who went to ground too early. So did Pratt. Pushed out of it by Gibson. Gibson first use of it. Keeps the ball in. Tomlinson goes high to take a handball. As always, magnificent delivery. Marcus is having a run here. This time gets rid of it. Goes long. Michael Ryan bounces over his head. Borrow. Rawnsley. Straight back down whence it came. Keast in front. But bundles out. Diller out the way. Peterson with a left footer. Dwyer. Can't get a kick to it. Mitchell Knight. Brilliant last week. Absolutely superb in ordinary conditions. There's a Liam Dwyer's down on the right-hand side, Lucas, with an arm.
Yep.
I just saw it at the corner. Keep an eye on that, please. Max Quinlan's got the ball off a square ball. Dwyer's in all sorts at the back of play there. Keast running through like a freight train. Can't pick it up. Handball out to... This is the third time Deleuze had a run. This is clearly a tactic. Marcus has a bounce and goes. Poor delivery. Picked off by Haswell.
It looks like a left arm, either a shoulder or a wrist there for Liam Dwyer. David is being helped off.
And Lucas, he looks in all sorts of trouble from mine. I doubt he's going to be back, and that's big.
Yeah.
Let's see if he can get back from this.
Being ushered off by Courtney Knight too, fairly handy, David.
Indeed. Durbridge again, driving ball into the 50. Not marked by Crawford. Was that pay?
No, he paid it originally, but he's been called to play on.
Goodness me. Okay, play on. Crawford, there was no mark for sure. O'Brien can't get it. Yench with a lovely left-hand handball to Thompson. Goes down the wing. Lennon, he's got Haswell to the ground. Haswell comes back. That could be holding the player, not given. Watling, lovely little shimmy. Comes inside, short ball. Out from O'Donoghue. Away goes Watling. Low ball. Can he hit someone this time? That's the only weakness they've had at the moment. Their delivery's been ordinary. Tomlinson will find Deleuze. Will Marcus run again? He will. Has a bounce. Steps around Keast. Second bounce. And trouble and not paid. Continue on with play because he got rid of it. Watling. Out to Hughes. Touched, I thought, off the boot. Was it called?
Yeah, it was, David.
Thank
Spot
you.
on.
O'Malley misses it. In goes Stedman legally. Ball comes out the side. Max is sitting out the side. Left hand, sharp handball, O'Malley. Keast in front. That's his first mark. Though it won't be his last. A lot of Cardiff players in the hole. Going with a long ball. Finding Patrick. It was a helicopter. Mayo's got Gillingham at the moment. Vukovic goes down across the square. Lennon and Haswell. That's going to be a fantastic duel if it stays like that all day. Thompson comes in for assistance. Taps it. Does the ton of ball. Scott has somehow had it. Jackson. Haswell falls over. Gets back up with a left foot kick. And finds O'Donoghue. Well done by Haswell after being on the ground. So many left footers, Lucas. It's like watching Hawthorn. Tom Yench, that's what he's made for. That's the Ustaff tactic, kicking on the play. While we're on it, congratulations to Tim Ustaff. Elliot Davey Medal 2018. Superb performance by the Rooster.
It was as the ball goes square to Tomlinson. Tomlinson on his non-preferred left, going out wide, looking for Delore on the run, getting chased by Keast. What does Delore do? Takes on Scott and gets bundled out of bounds. And paid holding the ball. Thank you, David. To Stephen Scott against Marcus Delore on centre wing.
Clear tactics. Delore's run and carry 5 times already. Gretz, who's hardly had a touch, if he gets going. Very even first quarter. Low scoring. There's nothing wrong with the conditions at all at the moment. Price coming in, bat. That's a throw. Should be a free kick, Steadman, and is. Ryan's gone to the square. Lennon's up there with Durbridge. Lennon goes now. Steadman's gone to him. So Lennon 2-on-1. That should be a free kick. Has it been paid? It hasn't. Lennon creates a...
It has, David.
It
rather.
has a free kick. I picked it right, Baker. Over near the electronic scoreboard, you can see it's 10 minutes past 2. We're 8 and three-quarter minutes in. One behind the City.
There's Dwyer.
Vukovic!
Sorry, and there's Dwyer back on the ground as well, David.
He's come back, has he? That's
Yep.
great to see. Gretz goes wide. Got a player.
Nelson Brown.
Got Nelly Brown. This is a tough kick in this pocket. This is a wide ground, Lucas Holmes. Very wide ground, the deep pockets. Now, Nelly Brown's got no one stopping him running in, Louis. No one's come into where the umpire is. He can run around to his heart's content here, but he's not going to. Brown, about 40 out. He's got a fair bit of that. Floats away to the side and rushed through by Durbridge. We have all tied. Cardiff a point, Newcastle City a point, 9.5 gone. No muck around, straight back into Batten. Goes square. Finds Enright. Goes down the line. Finds Dwyer, who's back on. Must have had a stinger in his shoulder, Louis. Down the line again, looking for... That's Cade Triffett. Does a bit of footwork. Picked off by Delure. So clearly for mine today, it looks like Delure's going to play centre-half back, Lucas.
It does, David, as Delure switches looking for Hughes, but overshoots him.
Yes, trouble. Oh, that's a poor kick in, really. O'Donnell loves those. Oh, what a mark. That's a great effort by Hughes. Parallel to the ground. Mark of the day so far. Goes square, and it's a shocker. Well done by O'Neill. Mayo. Down the line. Oh, should have taken that Durbridge. Price is in there. Steadman. Michael Ryan. And he's caught. That should be gone. To throw in. I thought that was a... Oh, goes to Durbridge. Does the 40-plus-year-old Ryan. So Ryan's actually looking like he's going to take this ruck. No, he's not. Or is he going to take this contest? I'm not sure. I know Yench is there. Who's his opponent? No one.
That should be holding the ball.
Yep, gone. Free kick. Is it O'Malley? It is. The left tattoo helps.
And that should be 50. Yep.
That is 54. Encroaching the mark. Blatant free kick. No Newcastle City. Now, I reckon O'Malley will end up inside the arc. Waiting for our umpire of the year, Stephen Bloom. And he is inside the arc. So he'll probably kick from just inside the line. Now, our breeze at the moment is almost non-existent. Cloud's still coming in from the left. O'Malley.
He's looking for Haswell's free, but he's gone for the shot. And he's
missed it to the right. Or is
got
he kicked it? First goal of the day, Macaulay O'Malley off of 50. Newcastle City 1-1-7. Cardiff 1 behind. Lucas Holmes.
Hunter Haval, looking for a feature-packed premium SUV for your family? Check out Hunter Haval and the range of affordable SUVs. Starting from just $22,990, drive away with a 5-year warranty and 5 years roadside assistance. Hunter Haval, give you more. Book your test drive today.
And Nelson Brown will be very disappointed in himself there, Lucas, for giving away such a blatant and silly 50-metre penalty. After it's been a very tight first quarter.
Has been end-to-end for both sides. Been impressed so far with Delore with his run on a half-back, David.
As opposed to end-to-end for one side. O'Malley in there, Stephen Scott in there.
And he slipped one in early.
Oh, yeah, he is one. He's got one in early. That's gone. Hugh O'Neill somehow gets that ball out. It was Borrow. Yench, a good grab over Dwyer, who seems to be okay, which is good news. Yench, low spearing ball. Oh, lovely mark overhead, Lennon. Interestingly there, Hunter Haswell wasn't on him now. Jack's going to kick again from the arc. That breeze is variable. I think it's going left or right, so Jack might be kicking against the wind. I'm just looking at your sheet here. It's getting blown away from that side, so those, not quite sure. Maybe a little bit variable. Lennon. Remember, this is a 45-metre arc here at number 1. He's got a piece of that. Oh, goodness me. Now, has the umpire made a decision here? I reckon this is a goal, Lucas. Yep, two hands. Jack Lennon's got that one over the line. We have one. Oh, it's on in here. Here we go. Jackson's in there. Ryan's in it. Handbags at 10 paces. 1-1-7 apiece. Lucas Holmes.
The ball's being delivered quickly to the centre, David, by Miles McCauley. Straight back to central umpire Ash Borg. 1-1 apiece, David, after 13 and a half minutes gone here in this first quarter.
3 boundary umpires today. Great to see. Ash Borg's got the ball. It's all tied up in the prelim. Yench left-handed. Was it Brown? No, it was O'Neill. Yench will come over the top here from behind. Use the body and gets it left-handed. O'Brien roving. Ryan right of... No, it's Gretz. Might have got an over-the-shoulder free kick. And has. Where's his lookalike Ryan? He's gone to Job! Brandt's got a mark right on the arc. I think Connor's going to be moved back a touch by Ash Borg. Yeah, he's going to kick from about 46, 47. Have a look at the trees in the back there. There's just the slightest breeze up the top there. Clouds continuing to roll in. Job's hit that right. It's not going to come back enough, is it? Touched. Just touched by Jackson, I reckon. So, Cardiff in front. 1-2-8. 1-1-7 City. 14 and 3/4 minutes gone. 25-minute quarters today here, ladies and gentlemen. Durbridge gets a piece of that. Line to find Max and Connor. And a good contest provided there by O'Neill. Or was that Nelly? I think it's O'Neill. No, Vukovic actually. Got the wrong 3, David. Here comes the boy. Ryan is taking the ruck contest against Jackson. Jackson gets him out the way easily. Thompson shunts a kick forward, looking for Stedman. Got him. Almost fell into his lap, really. Handball's off. Off to Gibson, and that is a poor delivery. Lennon's asking, what's going on there, lads? Rawnsley loves those. Dwyer on his favourite wing position. Comes inside, goes down the spine. Oh, beautiful spot kick to Haswell. Connor's usually, he's usually good delivery and gets smothered. Commentator's Moz. Oh, good bump. That's gone. Should be gone against Vukovic. And gang tackle there. Macaulay O'Malley gets the football. Goes straight away. Found a man free. And Trifford nearly went. Comes square. Finds Van Huisteed. And he is in within kicking range, Lucas.
He is, David. Kick just outside the arc here at number 1 sports round. You think Van Huisteed, as you said, will have no problems with the distance.
I still think the prevailing breeze is just helping Newcastle City at the moment. So Van Huisteed from just inside the arc, about 42, 43. Inch on the mark, right on the arc actually. Gets a bit of it. I think he's pushed it right. Hits the screen. We're tied up again. Newcastle City 1-2-8. Cardiff 1-2-8. 16 and a half gone, and Nick Tomlinson with the football. Out the square. So looking for that extra bit of room, and umpire Parsons has pinged him for going out the square. So it's a ball up. Keast coming in. Been reasonably quiet at the moment, actually, Ken Keast. So looking to get some activity here. Yench is in. Keast's body strength. Pratt's out there. He's been quiet today after a spectacular week last Sunday. He was just great. Knight, little grubber. Marcus gets the football, goes straight down the spine. Haswell misses that one. Good contest. Stedman, strong. Double pirouette. Could have been pinged for holding the footy. In comes Vukovic at the back. Haswell left-footed. Puts it back into attack for City. Gillingham, who's been almost held possessionless this quarter. Jackson looks around. Pulls it wide. Lovely kick, Jackson. And finds Jackson Crawford well inside the 45-metre arc. Crawford's going to go back and take a kick here for Newcastle City's second goal of the quarter. Now, is that a blood rule, Lucas, or have we got a stoppage of play? Over here, there's a player hurt and in a bit of strife. Is that Trent Thompson? or is that Ray Steadman? It's Ray Steadman in a bit of strife over here.
Blood rule is emergency umpire Ryan Stanton just signalled to the Cardiff bench, so Michael Ryan's allowed to go straight on.
Okay, so it's Steadman, cut over the right eye, Lucas. You can see he's washing off now. He's actually going to probably end up having to change his jumper. But he's got a significant cut over that right eye, I reckon. Just taking a few breaths to get himself composed. Hopefully he's going to be okay. He's not the best, Ray Steadman, and they're going to have a close look at him. Or is it a cut? Yeah, just a slight one. I thought it was bigger than what that looks like from here. Play's going to continue shortly with Jackson Crawford having a shot at goal. Ryan Stanton has called the players on, so play should be able to continue reasonably soon, I would have thought.
Yeah. Ryan, who came on for Steadman's taking his position at full forward, David. So.
Okay, thank you. Play should be allowed to continue pretty much now. Crawford has the football on the ground and just waiting to be told to go. So we've got 19 and a half minutes elapsed time by the time he takes his kit, and will be a longish quarter with a couple of stoppages. Crawford kicking from 40. Slow run in. Gets a piece of it. Off to the side. Might be out on the full. No, it's a behind. City in front. 1-3, 1-2. Almost 20 minutes gone. Tomlinson's been relieved of kicking duties. Short ball comes down the track. Gee, that's dangerous. Inside 40, sorry. Trouble here. Tomlinson being harassed by Gillingham. O'Malley puts a fend on. Triffett. Handball's out to no one. Delure in front. Dwyer using that speed. Jackson struggling. Gets it out with a handball. Baker in there. Jackson again in there. Could have been a push in the back. Delure one-hand pick-up. Jobe finally clears the area. Gary Owen to a certain extent. Watley's got the sit! Nearly a beauty. Out there from Harrison. Watling again. It's tough footy. Mitchell Knight. Way he runs. Gets it in. No, smothered. Scott and Yench. Academy Award Thomas. Chad Mayo. O'Donnell. Gibson. To Tomlinson. Well worked, Cardiff. Tomlinson's usually a beautiful user of football. Has found space. Who's going to get first there? Watling cleverly uses his body against Nelly Brown and gets him away from it. Oh, well done, Aidan Watling. Can he find someone? He has. He's got... There's Gillingham's first disposal. Goes square. Looking for the big man, Keast. 2-on-1. Where are the Rovers? Crawford. Scott. Smothered very well by Delure and Yench. Goes to ground. O'Brien. Keast interferes. Knight. Delure trying to find Mayo on the run. Gets him. Good tackle, Knight. Real good tackle. Tom Yenchin's up the background.
And Stephen Bloomer's called for the ball just on the right edge of the centre square, David. 1 goal, 3-9. Newcastle City leading 1 goal, 2-8. Cardiff with 21 and 3/4 minutes elapsed.
Tap out Jackson. Thompson worried out of it. O'Malley at the bottom of the pack. Simon O'Brien clears. Just gets rid of it for a good tackle from Jackson. Thomas Yench is out there. Misses him though. Got this. I thought he got that the side of the boot, but he's kicked it well actually. He's gone long. Lennon on Durbridge. Well worked to Haswell, who's got time. Lovely driving low ball picked off by the vastly experienced Tomlinson. Left-hand handball, Pratt. Comes down the flank. Beautiful kick to Ryan. Should find Thompson with hands. Steps inside, does Thompson. Gets it up to the hot spot. Oh, Price. Oh, he's done well, Price. Chance. Michael Ryan shanks the kick. Continues on. Chance. Lennon. Gee, there's a lot of pressure on Louis. Thompson bounces over his head. O'Brien a chance. Awful bounce. Haswell just gets it out. And that'll go out of bounds near the City bench. I would have backed Ryan for all money there, Lucas.
Could have taken a step or two to straighten onto his right side, except went with his left and more of a crossing ball to the top of the goal square. Allowed Lachlan Price to put some pressure on, but to no avail. Throw in now on centre wing, David.
Jens puts the knee in the back, gets the ball. Pratt, little grubby one that's smothered, so that will be out of bounds. In front of the great Cookie over there running water for Cardiff. 100 games this year for Michael Cook for Cardiff. Great effort, big man. Mayolak's got the football. He's got the man bun working well, Louis. Keese gets this one. Keese back on the ball. That's interesting. Scott swooping. Haswell down the line, trying to be precise. Pratt's got the run of this. Enright's got a 1-on-2. Tomlinson's going to get the football. Well worked, Pratt. Thompson, too low for him. Pressure, ball's just out the back there. Umpire Bloom says, that'll be mine. Time check.
23, almost 24 minutes gone, David, but with that stoppage for injury to Raymond Stedman, it will be a longer quarter.
26-27, I reckon.
And he's sitting there on the boundary line with a headband on, so they've covered the cut up and will continue to play when he gets a chance to Stedman as Thompson goes inboard to Tomlinson.
This is dangerous. He's got Marcus running off him. So Delua playing centre half back today, covering the resting ruckman. Goes short and picked off by Baker. It's almost like a game of foursome backs at the moment. No one can get forward penetration at all. Gillingham, chased by O'Donnell. He gets a smother. Steps him. Now he'll get a kick. Poor, really. Ends up near Triffett. Dwyer hooks it around the body. Pratt, good contest. Scott, half a second late. Pratt takes a gutsy mark.
And Stedman's back on the ground, David.
That's great to see. So 2 injuries this quarter. Both players back out in the field. Dwyer swooping. Lovely handball to Connor Haswell. Haswell goes square and picked off by Vukovic. One bounce. That's arrogance for you. Well done. Love to see it. Another handball. Frees up Nellie Brown. Who can Nellie find? Gets it up towards Lennon. That could be a mark to Durbridge. And is. Durbridge goes wide. Lovely spot to Dwyer. Dwyer steps inside. Goes to the right foot. Will get Enright or Thompson. Thompson steps Vukovic. Gets it up in the air. Gets a chance for his forwards. Jackson! Gillingham should finish. Patrick Gillingham, third goal of the finals. Newcastle City, 2-3-15. Cardiff, 1-2-8. And over to Lucas Holmes.
Belmont 16-footer Sailing Club. Located on the picturesque Lake Macquarie, Belmont 16s is one of the premier venues in the Hunter region, offering the very best in dining, promotions and entertainment. For the latest news and promotions, visit 16s.com.au or find us on Facebook, the home of the Black Diamond AFL.
And a wonderful Elliot Davey medal night the other night. Lucas Holmes, ladies and gentlemen, resplendent in his grey suit. Sat there and tried to mind Marty Ryman, David McGuinness and Daniel Gray, and failed miserably, I'm led to believe.
Yep.
There's the quarter-time siren. Important goal to Patrick Gillingham at the death. Newcastle City, 2 goals, 3-15. Cardiff, 1-2-8. Goal kickers for Newcastle City, Mac O'Malley 1 and Pat Gillingham 1. Jack Lennon for Cardiff. Lucas, quickly.
Very good from both sides. Newcastle City, a lot we saw early last week, holding the majority of the possession and ball inside forward 50 and making the most of it with a quick goal at the end there to Pat Gillingham to get the margin out to 7 points at this quarter-time break, David.
Thank you, Lucas. Well surmised. 7-point gap to Newcastle City. Weather not far away, I don't reckon. We'll be with you shortly. back here. I'm just having a chat with Molly Simpson, Sophie Balcom. I've got your name pronounced right, thank you very much. And Kate Holland as well, Hunter centre half-back. And tough day at the office. Commiserations, Kate. You have a quick word with us. Commiserations on the loss. Tough day out.
Oh, thanks, guys. Yeah, it was a bit of a disappointing loss, but hopefully next year when we have our full roster back and our injuries have all resolved, and we'll come back bigger and better and stronger.
I thought that Molly, yourself and Sophie were outstanding today against a pretty handy Wyong Lakeside. They're going to take some beating next week, I think.
Yeah, definitely, and depending who gets through to the grand final next week, I think it'll be just as a physical match.
Oh, absolutely. If Kalani will get home, look out.
Yeah, I know.
Close
I've heard the goss, yes.
There will be.
Yep.
We're about to get back to football.
Alrighty.
Congratulations on a breakout season. Your performance in the Best and Fairest medal where you came in the top 5 was superb.
Oh, thank you.
Leading Hunter, and you've just blossomed at centre half back there. You've become an outstanding player. So I'm serious. Congratulations on an outstanding season. And I hope you can continue next year.
Thanks
Kate.
so much, guys. Thanks very much.
Lovely to talk to you. Have a good trip, all right? Take care. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Kate.
Thanks, Kate.
Back here, however, start of the second quarter, Stephen Bloom with the ball in the centre, ready to go. Tom Yanch and Chris Jackson resuming their rivalry. David, for the start of this second quarter.
Bye-bye. See you, Kate. Rock and roll time, second quarter. City up by 7. Jackson and Yanch. Yanch left-handed, Knight. Oh, O'Brien, what a tackle. Batten at the side there because Simon was gone. Haswell, driving ball, goes long. Jack Pratt at the back there. Check side kick, actually. That's a clever kick to Jobe, who's got excellent skills on either side of his body. Nelly Brown on the far wing. Gets it inside the arc. Trying to find Lennon. Stedman, who looks like the honey badger at the moment with the headband. Goes long, does Jobe, and that is out of bounds on the full. So the scores here, Newcastle City 2-3, Cardiff 1-2, start of the second quarter. We have Newcastle City into the grand final in the plate, and we also have Wyong Lakes in the women's. And this is the end of the preliminary final day, number 1. Lucas and I will be back with you at Kalani Bar tomorrow. Tumby-umby, technically. Out we go. Ireland. Oh, no, that's Peterson. Handball. O'Brien really starting to get some football, Simon. He's dangerous. Ball out in front. It has to be a big contest. Max Quinlan lopes away. Finds Haswell beautifully. Haswell steps his man. Brown. Another driving ball from Connor. Misses Gillingham. Patrick's got to come back and fight here. O'Donnell's slightly bigger than him, and he's got now taken possession. Now he's dived on it. Now he's got to get rid of it. Umpire says, I'll have it, thank you. Gillingham's actually done well there, Lucas, to get a stoppage.
He did, David. Almost professionally held the ball in with 2-on-1 against him and did well to get the stoppages. They need to hit back fairly soon, or rather keep extending their lead with Cardiff looking to counter-attack. Is there a whistle out there as well, David? No?
That's probably a netball. We've got so much sport on here today, Lucas, it's hard to know. Netball onto the right of the screen and rugby union to the left. So it's a very busy day in this sporting precinct. Free kick here to Hughes, who's run around the mark, and Bloom's putting him back. Lucas was mentioning there's a breeze coming up. It's a little bit hard to tell which way it's going at the moment, but there is a breeze around. Gibson drives that one 55 metres. Lovely kick. Durbridge gets his man off, gets the ball now. 1-2s with Baker. That's a dangerous kick. Goodness me. Hughes alone and unattended, and a genuine shot at goal here, Lucas, from the arc.
There's quite an outstanding story with Isaac Hughes. David hadn't played Australian rules football up to this season, started the season in the reserve grade in the Black Diamond Plate competition and was elevated fairly quickly into the first grade side for Cardiff.
Never played footy before.
No.
And he's in a first grade preliminary final.
Correct.
Wonderful. That's a wonderful story. That's an average helicopter, and it should be behind, I reckon. Cardiff 1-3-9. Newcastle City 2-3-15. One straight kick the difference. Haswell 2-on-1. Max Quinlan Roves. Driving ball, left-footed. Well done, Tomlinson. Really good contest there on Enright. Or was that true? No, it was Enright. Simon McCauley with the footy. Or is that Miles, Louis?
That's Miles, David.
Thank you. Miles with the footy. Simon will be pleased I've called. Oh, push out, I think, against Max, not paid. Peterson. Handball comes out. Jensch, will he go to ground? No, he eventually does. Taps it on. Did the best he could. Hughes just gets rid of it. Out of bounds on the full. Good work by Watling. Right over at the Cardiff interchange bench.
Job manning the mark.
With Ashborg. O'Neill in 23 on the bench. Gibson, Borrow and Hughes.
Aidan Watling will take this resulting free kick from the out of bounds on the full from Isaac Hughes, David.
It will. Simon McCauley's got the footy and Watling's now got the football. Watling, little chipping ball. Had to be perfect. Wasn't. Batten gets a stoppage. Right on centre wing. Our elapsed time in this quarter is 4.5 minutes by the time this ball gets thrown in by umpire Simon McCauley. Jackson and Jensch. Premium ruckman in the league. Two of them, anyway. Jensch uses that body strength. Gretz, handball out. Well read by Connor Haswell. And actually goes out of bounds. Decided not to kick it. So who's going to rove here? So O'Malley's tagging O'Brien. O'Neill's come on in his tagging night. Batten's free at the back. Jensch, a big thump, worth half a kick. Watling crashes through tackles and kicks it downfield. And picked off comfortably that time. Ireland.
Thompson's just come on the field rather, and was free down this commentary box side, but was ignored, David.
Yeah, a little nutmeg in there, I reckon. That one between the legs. Van Huisteed gets it forward. Enright coming to Pratt. Good contest. And very clever by Max. Thompson goes back. Gets it to O'Malley. Mail, good defence on Gillingham by O'Donnell. And Pratt and Enright are into it. Pratt started this, and Enright's objected. He's got the free kick, so Pratt's got that, and it's continuing on. Enright needs a new jumper. It's just been ripped asunder. He looks like he's going to a toga party, Louis. Enright coming over to get a new jumper. Gretz has got the footy.
Have a look at this too to see if the number will be changed as well, David.
Keep that under. Yep, thank you.
Keep an eye on that for you.
Gibson is away. Has a bounce. Now he's got to do something constructive. Goes long and kicks poorly and picked off by Haswell. Jensch knows that was a poor delivery. Triffett goes to the flank. Short ball has to be perfect. Is to Thompson. Handball back. Triffett. 1-2. Well worked, and Mitchell Knight a mark. So well done, Triffett. Two very clever disposals there in the space of 15 seconds. Mitchell Knight up towards the arc. Looking for Gillingham. Beautifully roved by Dwyer, but he misses it. Tomlinson comes back. No opportunity. It'll be a ball up.
So it looks like Enright's gone from 6 to 16, David.
16 for Enright. Thank you.
I'll just double check when he puts the jumper over his head, but from what before. Yes, number 16 for Enright, everybody.
16. So thank you very much, Lucas Holmes, the eagle-eyed Louis. He's in the middle of his 637th mid-Sebresta break this year. Durbridge picks that up comfortably. Comes square. Max Quinlan, who's playing on the wing and doing some damage. Short ball from Max. And he should go. Rawnsley. Baker, I beg your pardon. And he does. Crawford trying to keep it. That ball went out. Good decision, Simon. And I reckon we're about a quarter away, maybe less. The breeze... Lucas owns the spot on. The breeze is picking up, and there's weather reasonably imminent. I reckon in the up at Wallsend and Maryland and places like that, it might be coming down. 15-8 now back in the score screen. The screen in the back left, you can see the score. City by 7. Sorry, it's 9. 15-9 by 6. I beg your pardon. Jensch misses it. So does Keast. Someone goes flying over the top. That was Gibson. We have another ruck contest. This is Keast and Jensch. Keast with his upper body strength. O'Malley gets an awful bounce. That's going to be out of bounds in the 4, I think, from Thompson, and is. And Ireland will take this right out deep in that back pocket. Not far from the Cardiff stand. The Cardiff people are just over to the left of screen. And big Cardiff stand. There they are there. There's the Cardiff crew over there on the left. Thank you, Kendall. Short. Finds his man in Gretz. Goes short again. Well done, Dwyer's got to get on his feet. Thompson's got a yard now. Goes short. Misses his man. Can City make him pay? Watling. Usually a good user of the football. Short. Perfect delivery to Triffett. Absolutely lace out, Louis.
Sure was. Triffett was a very valued contributor last week in their win as well over Killarney Vale, David. 4 goals. Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's correct. Gillingham 2, Triffett 4.
Spot on. Gillingham was fairly quiet as well last week. Been held fairly well so far.
Triffett will be kicking this one from inside the arc. It is a tricky breeze at the moment. Probably low ball is needed. Gets it up in the air. And off to the left. Another behind City. Newcastle City 2-4-16. Cardiff 1-3-9. Elapsed time this quarter is almost 9.5 minutes. Nick Tomlinson with kick-out duties. See if he's a little bit more circumspect with the square this time, Lucas J.
You may.
And he is. Oh, my goodness. Trying to hit Lennon, and Mac O'Malley's read him like a book, and he's going to go and take this kick from no more than 35 out. We'll get a good look at this from our Kendall's Bar TV camera. You can see the breeze there. He's picking up slightly. It's not heavy, but let's see how O'Malley goes about this. Off to the right, brings it around. Short. Gillingham! Misses to the right, I reckon. Yep. City 2-5-17. Cardiff 1-3-9. 10 minutes gone. Ireland with the football.
We were speaking off air, David, just quickly about how shooting may come into effect later in this game, and with this weather coming in, kicking 2 goals 5 already may not hold Newcastle City in good stead for later on, David.
No, Hughes to Pratt, Tomlinson to O'Neill. Like a training drill, that was. Stedman, a good mark. That's a good contested mark right on the arc. Oh, I would reckon this is take his best kick. He's going short. And that's not a mark. Watling will feast on the crumbs. Very impressed with Aidan Watling, Lucas. He is a star. Chris Jackson, nice mark. Handball off O'Malley. Good player, O'Malley. Played rep footy this year. Good player. Gibson picks that off. Pratt.
Yeah. Aidan Watling in the Swans setups as well, David. So very accomplished junior footballer in the Swans Academy.
Yes, almost a ripper. Job gets it out. Mitchell Knight. Short handball. Baker. Patrick just misses as that one. He stayed on his feet. Gillingham another chance. Runs around. Has a bounce. Or a tap, actually. Correction. Keast. Crawford should have stayed down and rode that. He didn't. So now he's out of position. Ball off the ground. And Hughes will try and pick this up. He's got a 1-on-2 and can't. O'Malley. There's the turnover. O'Malley going forward. And Kate Triffett. This is a tough kick out there. I reckon he'll go hot spot. Keast is there. Quinlan's at the back on his own. And now is being covered. Yench is coming back. He's almost going to have to take the shot here, Louis.
He's David, or he'll almost take his full time and a lot of time and just set it to the top of the square.
Triffett. I think that's off to the right again. No, trying to come across was Van Huisteen. Another behind. Newcastle City 2-6-18. Cardiff 1-3-9. Cardiff not really getting much purchase going forward at the moment. It's all in between the arcs. Oh, trouble, turnover. Can City make it pay? Jackson Crawford, he loves these. He's done it. Turnovers kill you in finals football. Jackson Crawford a goal. Newcastle City 3-6-24. Cardiff 1-3-9. Lucas James home.
GE Industrial Solutions, partnering with the mining community in the Hunter for the past 50 years, delivering safe and reliable electrical equipment and engineering services to our customers. Also proud to sponsor the BDAFL women's competition.
Newcastle City a 15-point lead. That's the biggest lead of the game so far, Lucas. And quite frankly, Cardiff is struggling going forward for mine. Ryan has hardly got a chance. It's not as if he's not playing. Well, it's just getting a chance.
All the resources for Cardiff so far being spent behind the ball and not having much structure but going forward is...
First spits of rain just coming now, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, Lou, you go, mate.
No, that's all right. I was saying is Crawford just comes to the bench. Rather, Thompson and Crawford coming to the bench for a well-earned break.
And the weather is starting to come. Those early scores will be valuable today. It won't be a high-scoring final. Good tackle, O'Malley. And is he paid it or holding the man? Or neither? Umpire Borg says no. Good tackle made, no opportunity. Jackson's got... Oh, Jens just bundles him out the way. Mitchell Knight. Out that comes from O'Donoghue. Picked off Hughes. He should drive this long. Does. Gets a one-on-one. That's a huge kick. Beautifully read. Magnificent by Rawnsley. Comes wide. Dwyer taps it on.
Below the knees.
Has it been paid? No, he's paid over the shoulder to Hughes. That's an interesting call.
Yep.
As the rain is starting now, so was predicted. This is the first time we've seen rain all day. Big contest of plays. Where's Ryan? He's in front. Could have got up pushing the back, trying to get a handball. O'Brien touched. Nellie Brown's in there. Behind, or has it touched the post?
He's hit the post. Boundary umpire luck indicating the ball had touched the post. There'll be a throw-in next to the behind post, David, rather. Sorry.
And as Lucas Holmes has been telling you for 3 years, that's a great result for Cardiff because it creates a stoppage for them. Ryan, tap out from Jackson. Price swooping into the fence. I think he's okay. Another throw-in. The Cardiff bags are going inside. The weather started, so here they come. Tony Edds is over there looking after it, the great man.
And the injured Josh Murphy as well, David.
Josh Murphy. That's out from Baker, up in the air. Oh, Gibson, is there a push out? There's not. Jensch is on his own. Jensch could almost kick that just quietly. He's been unselfish. Gone looking for Leonard. Leonard's going to stay on his feet. It's gone out. So people are starting to scatter here as the much needed and forecast rain is just commenced here at Newcastle number 1. 15 points of difference. Newcastle City up 15 and a half minutes gone this quarter. Just the one goal. Out from Jackson. Lovely tap out. Haswell left-footed. Gee, it helps having a handy left foot when you're right-footed, I tell you. O'Donoghue's got to stay on his feet with a play like Jensch. He doesn't, but he gets the footy. Handball's out Peterson and over towards the covers. And out of bounds on centre wing. Lucas, it's just one of those games. It is just tight and tough.
It is exactly what finals football is all about, David. Tough and physical and very much contested. As Chris Jackson once again gets the tap out for Newcastle City. Simon O'Brien in and under. Gets a handball going forward for Cardiff. Volley there. Lachlan Price sniping in and under. Gets a handball back. Goes square, looking for Isaac Hughes and finds Hughes. Always wanted to go. Gets called. Get Hughes with the right hand fend. Hughes just outside 50. Sprays the ball just to the right. Point there for Cardiff. 1 goal, 4-10. Trailing Newcastle City 3 goals, 6-24 after 16 and a half minutes gone in this second quarter, David.
Thank you, Lucas. Yes, Kendall's moving the computer equipment over here. Look after my iPad, please. If that weather comes in, we might move a seat back later on. Oh, good grab, Mitchell Knight. Just a strong player. Built like a barrel. Max Quinlan. Goes wide. Looking for Keast, who's been kept quiet. And they've done a good job on Keast. Haswell falls over. Vukovic. Lennon. Looks for Shepherd. Gives it successfully. Brant Jobe. Good mark out at half forward. Jobe's looking at his options. He's a decent kick. He'd get it to the square. That's where he's put it, up to the hot spot. Thompson's underneath. Out the back! Nellie Brown a chance! Just doesn't bounce well for him. Cardiff 1-5-11, starting to get some decent attacking forays here. City 3-6-24.
Rawnsley with the kick out, David.
Comes wide towards us.
Looking for Van Hoesteed, but Thompson chops into the side, takes a good mark. Thompson you'd expect to go to the top of the square. Looking, does Thompson. Goes short wedge, looking for Michael Ryan. Gets it on the half volley, looking to turn. Goes underground back to Thompson, ducks his head, so there'll be no free kick there. Newcastle City have got the numbers. The ball's gone out, however. And there'll be a throw-in just outside forward 50 for Mayo Lark to get the ball back into play.
Killing it, Lucas. Absolutely killing it.
Thank you. Lark with the throw. Jensch and Keast now. Keast has front position. Gets a tap out left-handed. Goes back to Van Hoesteed. Tries to get over the Three's hands up to go get a handball out, but it's trapped in. And Stephen Bloom will throw the ball up this time. See, with the same ruck matchup, you'd expect so. This will be interesting to see. Jensch backs in, gets a fist straight up in the air. Thompson goes out, gets driven into the ground, not in his back, according to umpire Bloom. On hands and knees, Scott's there, and it's paid high, however. Yep. To Stephen Scott. Scott looking. His good pull play on Jensch comes from behind, and Thompson's all by himself and will take an uncontested mark. Ball will come back the other way. David?
Thank you, Lucas. Great job, my friend. I'll be out of a job shortly, ladies and gentlemen. Thompson, a lovely ball to Job, made that look very good. Good hard lead. And he's a good user, Job. Of course, he gets picked off. That's just the way it goes, isn't it, Louis? Fogarty can't get rid of the football. Gets the hands up in the air. Mac O'Malley, that's gone. Yeah, good tackle. Cardiff have, in the last 5 minutes, Lucas, come right back into this game. Mightn't show it on the scoreboard, but they're right back in it. Short ball hits Tomlinson. Out on this very wide Newcastle City ground. Almost a perfect circle, number one. Jensch, good. Has he paid that? He's paid something.
He's paid the mark.
Yep, okay. So it can't be an advantage. Now, Jensch is a thumping kick, but he's too far out. Goes short. Finds Gretz. One more kick from goal they are. He's gone open side. Marquee contest. O'Brien sniping. Where's Price? Where are the Rovers? Keys puts his head over the football. Peterson's in there. Good luck trying to outstrength Cam Keys. Now, I think there's a card coming here.
There is.
There is. Jack Lennon's gone. So Jack Lennon's just been got a yellow card. Must have been in that altercation with Keys. No, there was an altercation with Keys, and he's gone for 15 minutes, ladies and gentlemen.
We just didn't see from up here. We just seen the card pulled from the umpire's pocket.
So Jack Lennon won't be back this quarter, and I think he's got to go off the ground. That's correct.
Yeah.
Now, I'm just wondering if there's been a booking. I think it's possible there's been a booking here, Lucas.
So it'll be a free kick to Newcastle City. No 50, just a free kick to Keast, and he's played on. It's been called back because the umpire hadn't set.
Well, now that there's a possibility of booking, Lucas, I'll leave that one. It's completely stay out of it. All we can say is that Jack's off for 15 because he got a card. That's all. We'll leave it at that. Watling, one bounce. Just slips on the surface. Good grab, Haswell. Overhead mark is going to become increasingly difficult. Watling, gone out, I reckon. Called by the boundary umpire. It was right. And that's the advantage in having three boundary umpires, is that you're going to get little decisions right.
Yeah. And with he's saying with the dimensions of this ground too, three umpires here is almost a necessity, David.
It is. The biggest ground in the league is Fayon.
Yep.
But this is, I reckon this will be just about the widest ground in the league. Keaston Jackson. Yes, I reckon that's against Jensch for dragging Keast out of that in the contest. Got him in the shoulder there, Louis. The big man's got the ball. I think he's qualified as a doctor, Lucas. I think he's done medicine at the University of Newcastle, the big fella.
And he's come into his own the last 3 or 4 minutes as well. Keith's got some hands on the football.
Has Peterson. Ball starting to slide along a bit just with a greasy surface. And quite frankly, I don't care how long it rains for. It's been so dry in most parts of New South Wales that our friends up in the northwest need it. And let's just hope it comes down. Jensch very cleverly goes down at the football. He's all over that. Now it's sprung out the back. Ash Borg has the football. Elapsed time is 22 and a half minutes. Not long left in this quarter. It's a 4-goal first half so far. Tough attritional footy. Finals footy, Louis. Cardiff right back in it. Just need to find a goal. Watling, Stedman legally. Scott. Peterson a chance. Turns around. No, that wasn't a nice handball. It was the right idea. Is that over the shoulder? Over to you, Lucas.
Thank you, David. No, ball is called in for boundary throwing on the outer side, but in front of the scoreboard here at Newcastle, number 1. Best part of centre wing. I have Keast and Jensch is coming from the outer side. Thank you, David. Keast gets a thumping left fist forward over the back. Looking for possession here is handball forward in the direction for Hamish Thompson. Thompson or Crawford, either way. Hooking ball inside on the left foot. Bounces brutal here for both sides. O'Brien tries to come over the top. Handballed out here. Mitch Knight goes back. Batten goes inside forward 50. Over the back there is Thompson. He might go batter up for Gibson. He doesn't. Held out of there, not paid. Play on 3-on-1 here for Newcastle City. Wrestled the ball out. No throws. Play on Keese from the near side. Thompson gets a touch, so it'll be rushed through. 6 point there for Cardiff. 1 goal, 6-12, trailing 3-6-24. It's other way, rather. 3-7-25 to 1-5-11. Thank you very much, David.
Not a problem, Louis.
Back to you then.
Thank you. And right now in 16, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that keep records of those sorts of things, after his jumper ripped off in a scuffle with Jack Pratt. O'Brien's asking for the man on the mark, Mitch Knight, to get back in his spot. He's moved back a metre. Comes wide for Gibson. That's a perfect pass, and Gibson takes it on his chest. And City's put up a 10 for their interchange bench. Very clever of them. Hughes, well done. He is such a smart player, Rawnsley. He is, ever since I started being involved in this league, he's been one of the most dependable back in the league. Just knows where to be at the right time. He's got a really good football brain. Keese coming across in front of Tomlinson, makes the play, gets a handball out. Well done, big man. Knight gets it up towards the forward 50. Yench. Gillingham making a real yench it, and that is half-time. So it's been tough work. Newcastle City 2-3-7-25. Cardiff 1-5-11. No goals to Cardiff that quarter. Jack Lennon, who's off at the moment, 1 goal. Newcastle for Cardiff, Newcastle City's goal. Macca O'Malley, Jackson Crawford, and Patrick Gillingham. Lucas will come back after a 10-minute half-time break. Back with you soon. Jake, who I didn't ask. Couple of things. It's hailing in Raymond Terrace, and there's been a Newcastle City sponsor screen all over the screen, apparently, for a half. Audrey's just texted me.
Right. Okay. That's not Kendall's fault. Well, that's...
Blow up.
Yes. He will. Oh, I'm back.
I need to sit down with you over a coffee or a beer at the end of the season and talk.
That sounds good.
Talk about what we're going to do. And
Okay.
I'm very undecided. I don't know what I'm doing next
Have
year.
you got any indication of what's actually happening?
No. If there's football being called next year, it will most probably be with the HCC AFL, I suggest. I am considering what I'm going to do. One of them is being involved with my football club.
Yeah.
Only.
Yeah.
Introducing luxury you won't have to sell the house for. The new Havel H6 from $29,990.
I need to get out of here quickly, and so I have to pack and go. I don't have time to talk. I have to go. I am. Is it sorted? Thank you. Okay, welcome back to Newcastle number 1 with the weather. It's got a lot. Just to let you know, it's got a lot colder. The breeze is in. There are spitting rain. Jake Lai, the NCCI president, just told me that it's hailing at Raymond Terrace. So that weather is coming in towards us. So it could be a dour afternoon, Lucas Holmes. Lucas is over there just having his usual halftime feed. There can't be any sausage rolls because he's gone the bacon and egg roll sandwich this afternoon. They've done a good job, Walls End West Newcastle, with their food today in the catering. So it's 3-7-25, Cardiff 1-5-11. Play not far away. So tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, at about 10 to 2, Lucas James Holmes and David Michael Redden will be at Adelaide Street Oval in Tumbiumbi for the preliminary final between Terrigal of Oka and a Warners Bayside that won their first final in 10 years last week, which is a significant thing for a club that's been in the doldrums to a certain extent and has come up, and now they're going to come up against what I think is the best team in the league in Terrigal of Oka. And Simon O'Brien leading Cardiff back out as I speak. So big afternoon for us there, and I've got some live scoring. You get a good chance to watch Terrigal of Oka and Killarney Vale on the plate, and then what I think will be a cracking women's game between the Newcastle City Stars and Killarney Vale. I am sure Killarney Vale will go out and try and put the hard stuff on Lucas, and it'll be very interesting to see how they go about it tomorrow. So big day at Tumbiumbi. Gets it now. Jack Lennon's sitting over here, so he's still on the bench. Lucas not allowed on the field, and he'll stay over there off the field of play until such time as his yellow card is finished. Lucas is gradually finishing his tucker there. Just a few spots of rain in and around, and it's not going to get much better.
No.
This could be the type of game where 6 or 7 games wins you a prelim final. It's just that sort of feel of a game, Louis.
And you were talking before the game as well, David, and it's come to fruition already. Cardiff's goals, all their lack of, and where they're going to find those goals from. We've only one so far, and that Jack Lennon, and as you just said, he's not even on the ground at the moment. So what can they do?
Well, this is the problem. With Murphy going down injured, that hurts.
Yeah.
Metcalf means that someone's got to go back. Michael Ryan's come up from the plate and has done a great job, and he's doing his very best.
Andrew Walker's not playing.
Andrew Walker. Now, I think that's a mistake.
Okay.
With respect to Nathan Harkness and his team, know a lot more about football than I ever will.
Yep.
But I just think Walker, he kicked a couple of goals last week in the plate. He looked in okay form.
Yep.
He could have given... And what Walker would do is give a chance for Jens to go forward.
Yeah.
And that's the big thing, is that Walker can go and plot around the ruck. So can Marcus, actually.
Yeah.
Marcus, it's interesting. And the teams that are the best teams in this football league have all got their back lines just putting the boa constrictor on all the other sides. All right? And Singleton, as an example, who finished 4th, didn't have that lockdown defence, and every time they played a really good side, they'd get shown up.
Yeah.
Terrigal of Oakers, they're giving up 27 points a game. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
across the season, Lucas.
And we saw last year in his Elliot Davey medal year, that's when Jensch was most dangerous too. He'd almost play full games forward. That's how dangerous and how much pressure he can put on the scoreboard when he's sitting in the forward line.
This game is by no means over, ladies and gentlemen. Cardiff showed patches in that quarter where they played good footy. Someone has to dare and run. Now, interesting, Lucas, Marcus Delure on the ball. Brant Jobe on the ball.
Yeah.
Matthew Vukovic on the ball and probably tagging Mitchell Knight. But Marcus Delure's moved from centre-half back, and this is an interesting move. They've got to go and they've got to kick goals. This is it for Cardiff. They've got to go now.
This will test his shoulder out as well, David.
It will. Rock and roll time, second half, prelim final. Jensch right-handed, backhanded. Finds Delure straight away. Marcus goes downtown. Mark missed at the back. Connor Haswell with a left foot. Oh, yes, hits Dwyer on the first bounce. That might be out of bounds in the full, though. It is. And Chad Mayer's going to take a free kick out there on centre wing.
He will.
Van Huisteed on the mark.
We're going to see if he goes inboard or not, or he goes straight down the line. Looks like he's going down the line, however.
Ryan just misses that contest, crushes into Haswell, who's struggling. O'Brien down at ground level. It's a melee in there at the moment, and that'll be a ball up. Mitchell Knight, no, it's not Mitchell Knight, that's Durbridge, I reckon. Mick Ryan wins that ruck contest uncontested. There's Durbridge. Hooks that left footer around. Reid, you've got to use two hands most of the time. Mac O'Malley, almost a throw and gone. Good tackle, Jack Pratt in and under. O'Malley says he got rid of it, and umpire says, my friend. Jack Pratt, another left. There's so many left footers in this game today, it's amazing. Pratt goes into the arc. Got to get a mark out of there. Jensch is up there at the moment trying to provide a target. It's just been like this all day, to and fro. Crawford, can he find some room? He has. Thompson on the block. One bounce. Goes short. Beautiful work, Thompson. Lowered the eyes and found Gillingham. Yeah, Lucas, go.
And he couldn't blast long either because Cardiff had, it was either, I think it was Gibson sitting right in the goal square, so he couldn't blast long and go for goals.
Now, at the moment, the breeze isn't too noticeable, and Patrick's going to kick well inside the 45-metre arc. And this is for a chance for him to become the first multiple goal kicker today, Lucas. Going through his process. Here's a slowish run-up, walk in. Patrick Gillingham gets it up in the air.
Looks pretty good.
Loves it. He's flushed that. Second goal, Gillingham. Newcastle City 4-7-31. And Cardiff 1-5-11. And Audrey Gillingham, if you're listening, thank you for your message earlier on. We really appreciate it. Sister of Patrick, and Audrey's struggling with an ACL at the moment, so hopefully she comes back very shortly to sport. Louis?
Ball's back, so we'll get to ISC later. Proudly wearing their gear at the moment, David.
Always proud to wear ISC gear, Louis.
We are.
Not sure about that, on the top of your head.
It's still got ISC on it, though, David.
I've got a 2012 Giants members head. I'm very proud of wearing that. Tom Jensch, Jackson. Cardiff have got to go soon, Louis. They've got to start kicking goals. Delure again rooting Jensch. Jackson, who for mine is still way short of fitness. He's still struggling, but he's manfully going on. Gillingham's got a chance at the rebound here. Got some space. He'll crit this to the hot spot. Unselfish. Keast underneath it! And our City putting the hammer down now, Lucas. Very good work, Patrick Gillingham. And Cam Keast takes a mark. Louis, go.
And it was from this work of Max Quinlan again on this commentary box wing. Created the spreading, got the ball over the top to Gillingham to then do the very unselfish thing and then cross it to Keast.
Quinlan's a very handy wingman, I'll tell you. Keast, low ball, goal. Two very early goals for City. 37-11. Lucas Holmes, 11 ad read this time.
ISC have been at the cutting edge of designing and manufacturing apparel for elite sporting teams for over 20 years and are proud to be the official apparel partner of the Black Diamond AFL.
Newcastle City 5-7-37. Cardiff 1-5-11. With our Bar TV man Kendall Clausen and my great mate here, Lucas Holmes, David Redden with you at Newcastle, number one sports ground in West Newcastle. would not be anywhere else for quids, would you, Louis?
I wouldn't.
You might be at Optus Stadium watching your Pies, but other than that, you wouldn't want to be anywhere else. This is where it's at.
And just a bit of information for everybody else. Number 2 sports ground behind us, they've actually got the lights on already on the rugby ground, David, so we might be seeing that fairly shortly.
I hope so. That'll be good. The camera, of course, filters out the light. It's quite dim here. And that's a ball up with Mac O'Malley not having an opportunity. City putting the foot down, and Cardiff have got to strike shortly, or else they'll be looking at another Newcastle City appearance in the grand final. Marcus Delua. Simon O'Brien, just what he has to do and punch from behind. Nelly Brown clearing handball. Vukovic got to hit someone. Gets Ryan, much needed. Michael Ryan, if ever you've stepped up and kicked a goal, now is the time, sir.
He is.
And he'll be kicking from just inside the arc. You go this time, Louis. Sorry.
No, you. At Jack Lennon as well whilst he's on the bench. He's got some of that kinesio tape on his right hamstring, rather, so he must be struggling slightly there, possibly.
Michael Ryan gets it up in the air. Has he got the distance?
Just to the near side.
Yes. Cardiff 1-6-12. Talking about shooting earlier on. Newcastle City 5-7-37. Jobe will take that uncontested in front of Haswell. Goes short. Finds Ryan again. This time the big man's too far out. He's looking. Yeah. Yenchen Delura, he's waited now. Yenchen Delura in the hot spot. Off to the side. Punched through by Jackson. And another behind. Cardiff 1-7-13. Newcastle City 5-7. Lucas Holmes, please take over.
And once again, Cardiff, what we've seen so often this year with his zone defence from the kick-outs, David.
Yep.
And Jackson doing the appropriate thing there for Ruckman and punching the ball through. Here they go to the outer side here. Looking for Jackson. Goes over the top of Jackson's head. In and under there. Pulled off the ball was O'Malley. Does the same back. Neither is paid. And the ball is going to come out. Is it going to get held in? No. Umpire passed and scores for a ball up just at the intersection of the centre square and the arc. And Jackson gets a tap, David.
Just something I saw there in that last contest. Jackson didn't have... He could have gone in and made a marking contest.
Yeah.
He didn't have the confidence in that knee to jump high. And that's where I still think that knees are way short. I just watched him then. It was really interesting, just a little subtle thing.
And a free kick, David, from the
Brown.
Contest there to Nelson Brown. Spot on.
Delure again's going forward, Lucas. Thompson's up there. There is an absolute plethora of Newcastle City players. That ball's going to hold up. Oh, Mark! Now, is that in the square?
No, is it? Yes, it is.
I reckon it is. He's consulting with the goal umpire, and it is.
Yeah.
So he's got to come round straight on. So this will be a goal to Cardiff. So Thompson's taken that ball in the square, which means he comes straight on, and will kick from point-blank range. Thompson kicks a very much needed goal for the Cardiff Footy Club. Cardiff 2-7-19. Newcastle City 5-7-37. Still up by 3 goals. LJ.
Prime 7. In 2018, Prime 7 has every big game live and free. Coverage includes 4 games every round on 7, mate, including Friday and Saturday night and Sunday afternoons. Black Diamond AFL and Prime 7, your local AFL team. Assuming that Giants and Melbourne, Mouthwater and Clash will be Sunday afternoon, David, televised?
And that will be televised as well, Sydney and Hawthorn in a massive doubleheader night because the Chooks are playing the Broncos next door at the same time. So huge night at the Moore Park precinct. And, of course, our focus on Sydney and Hawthorn for a top 4 spot, Lucas.
Yes.
Prime Television, your local team. Bryce Gretz gets a little scrubby kick out. Stedman. Cardiff have still got to keep pushing. They've got to be within 2 goals at the last break. Over the shoulder, I think, to Price. Now, the little man might not have this distance in him. It's probably a nice time to kick. He's gone as far as he can.
Thompson's out the back
again. Thompson might be the man at the forward line, Lucas.
They've been experimenting with him in the last few weeks, speaking to Dean Jobe this week and last week. His set shots haven't been the greatest, Trent Thompson, but gives him the effort thereafter.
Runs around now and absolutely shanks it inside of the boot. Cardiff, and this is going to cost them, guys. 2-8-20. Newcastle City 5-7-37. That ball's get put up, and there's a at the back. Someone's got dragged out. It's Connor, is it?
Yep.
Connor Haswell dragged out, gets a free kick. That clears the area. Haswell short onto the chest of Knight. Running onto a Connor Haswell kick. You know where it's going to go. Right at that CFC badge. Every time. Mitchell Knight goes long. Can't quite get Triffett. Tomlinson. Pratt. Uses that left foot of his. Picked off by Knight again. Almost on the centre. Right on what is a very hard block at the moment. Out to the side. Now who's going to get first use of football? Lennon's still in the bin. Marcus Delua. Handball out. Well done. Good football. But just that slippery service. Does Gibson in. Batten's in there. Now that's a free kick, is it or not? And he's paid it. So indiscipline there by Gibson. And a kick to Batten. Liam Dwyer might go. No, Peterson is lucky. Goes wide again. Triffett. Harassed by Tomlinson. Tries tunnel ball. Tomlinson's aware of it. Tomlinson at ground level. He needs almost in the back. Peterson. Well done, Cardiff. Straight down Durbridge is straight because so it's going to go straight back in a second.
And Quinlan's got all this space on this close wing again. He's switched right across the 50 centre square, David, and Quinlan's still got a paddock.
Price falls over. Quinlan's got time now. Goes long and low. Gillingham! That's a free kick, is it, against Van Huisteen? No, not paid. Just barreled into Jensch there without Jensch asking for it or doing anything wrong. Just barreled into him. Silly.
And
Lennon's back on the field.
Yep.
So Lennon's finished his 15 minutes in the bad boy bin. Now Gillingham's going to have to kick this at the left goalpost. If he flushes this, it'll go left to right like a Lucas Holmes in-swinger. Wash it, push to the right. Newcastle City 5-8-38. Cardiff 2-8-20. Newcastle City holding on to this 3-goal lead. For mine, Lucas, Cardiff need to be 12 points or less down if they're going to be a chance in the last quarter. Ball comes out Combox side. All over Jensch. Almost a mark. Keast in there. Gillingham. Ball will be held in. Lucas.
Held in there. Just 11 and 3/4 minutes gone in this third quarter, as David said. Newcastle City up by 3 goals. Jackson and Jensch. Give that one just to Jackson. Down to Gretz. Gretz butters up for more. Barreled over the ball. Jackson's in there once again and gets dragged down without it. However, it's not paid. And Delore wraps up the tackler there. Simon O'Brien right at the bottom of it. And
Enright's unhappy with Delore for a possible chicken wing. He's grabbed the arm, and that's what Enright was remonstrating with him for. Jensch this time right-handed. O'Malley throws the knee in. Gracious me, and Gretz is down. That's from a knee. Continues on the play. Durbridge. What a ball to Van Huisteen. Now, is that 50 or is that an accident? That's been ruled as completely accidental.
And he's gone again.
And misses. Peterson. Great tackle, Dwyer. Gretz straight up. Courageous. Tomlinson. Handball, Mayo. Oh, well done, Cardiff. Pratt. Nellie Brown running into space. Has got to hit a handball to Lennon. Good tackle, whoever that was. I think it was Connor, was it? No, it was Scott. Hot Haswell with the ball. Left foot down the line. Mayo does enough to worry Van Huisteen out of it. And out of bounds. Lucas.
That was Haswell there on the receiving end of that kick. Did very well, whoever that made the spoil. And they'll be out of bounds throwing on centre wing here. Jackson's still struggling a bit with that knee by the looks of it. And Jensch comes in from the side and goes the punch forward. Around the back, runs onto his left side, goes long down the line. Over back there is Triffett, gets spoiled out of it. 2-1 for Cardiff. Can they work the numbers out? Gets the handball forward, spins does Pratt, trying to get onto his predominant left side. And he's paid holding the ball, has bloomed for an attempt that was not made there by Jack. I think it was Pratt, David?
It was Pratt. Mitchell Knight made the tackle, and I agree with Bloom. Umpire Bloom, I thought that was the correct decision. Mitchell Knight goes to the 3/4 wedge, looking for Keast, misses him. Oh, he actually got hands on it. Gillingham down. Now he's got to get rid of it. He's in trouble. It's out. Haswell, dangerous. So is O'Malley. Good tackle, Lennon. Price must pick this up. No, gets it to Thompson. Good enough. O'Brien flying through the centre. Can they expose them one-on-one? Ryan, good punch, Rawnsley. Picked off here by Fogarty. Ooh, trouble. Just got rid of it, O'Brien. O'Brien with that 10 in our road. Gets a handball out, Price. He'll be swamped, and the ball's just out of bounds. Still a tough game of football, but Cardiff have to kick the next goal.
They do, David, and they could have got out the back then, Cardiff, from that contest. There was no one forward of it, so they could have run and carried into an open goal.
I think that's Mick Ryan coming off for a spell too underneath us.
Delure coming back on, David.
Thank you.
And he's going to get this ball right now.
Oh, he runs into his own teammate. Hughes. Enright, can he make him pay? Little short smothered ball. The big man, Keast. They've done a good job on him today. He's just been okay today, Keast. Hasn't been dominant at all. Ben Whisteed's got a chance. Can he get it in to the centre? He can. Chance Triffett. Chance Gillingham. Is there a down the field free kick? Or is it a hold?
It was hold.
Is it a hold to Gillingham?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
so Patrick's had one successful kick at goal. He's had one, then they've gone left to right. You go.
Yeah, so it wasn't related to the after the ball disposal of the player. It was in the lead up to the marking contest.
Yeah, sorry. Yep. I heard a whistle. I thought it was downfield, but the umpire was going holding them. Yeah, you're right. So Gillingham again, ladies and gentlemen, has got to kick this left to right. So we're looking for the ball to start off just about the left goal post. Patrick for his third. Again, he's going to spray that right, I reckon. Another behind Patrick Gillingham. Newcastle City 5-9-39. Cardiff 2-8-20. It's a worry for mine that Cardiff have kicked 2 goals in 2.5 quarters. They've really got to start probably taking risks.
Yeah, and you don't see that very often. Cardiff are usually a fairly high-scoring side, David, but using, as we're discussing throughout this game, most of their resources behind the ball is Tomlinson has the kick out and goes to himself and will go to the outer side.
I wonder whether Delure could be put into the ruck and Yench up forward, as was done in the grand final last year, Luke.
And
that's a great...
Oh,
it was a hold. I thought it was a mark. One-hander. Yench has got the footy. Intercepted by O'Malley. Fogarty gets it down to ground level. Keast. No one can get a clear footy. Price, his handball is smothered. Enright down low. Powerful man. Over the shoulder to Matthew, is it? No, it's a ball up, I think, yeah. So who's going to ruck, Jackson or Keast? Jackson by the look of it. Keast going away. Even money. Jackson at the second attempt. Hughes picks it off. Puts the ball straight back up. That's not 15. That should be punched out and is. Enright, left-handed, goes okay with the punch. Didn't flush it. Hughes has got to get rid of it. Does. Punches it out. That was legal. Tunnel ball there. And we've gone 17 minutes now. City up by 9. And there's a free kick being paid, I think, to Isaac Hughes. Yep, under that. So he's going to go backwards and wide. Finds Liam Gibson. Goes to the handball. Finds O'Donnell. Back to Gibson. Now they're in trouble. Picked off by Enright. They might be exposed. 1 or 2 backmen here. Gillingham. Oh, what a... That is a screamer, Patrick Gillingham. That is sensational. And is there 50 coming? Yes, there is. So what a superb effort from an off-balanced Patrick Gillingham. And he will go forward and kick another goal for City. And he's struggling because he's got hurt in that one. When you see that on replay, everyone, that is a sensational mark. I swear, Lucas, he was parallel to the ground when he took that. Gillingham for his third to put City up by 25 points. Done. Kicks it to the netball courts. What a superb performance by Pat Gillingham. And now trouble for Cardiff. 25 points down. Just over a quarter left. And what have they got? It's very still now. The weather is coming. It's been coming all day. We had a bit of a sprinkle. And to be fair, they're playing dry weather footy at the moment. The ball's been okay.
David, Star 104.5 plays the music we all love and has proudly supported the Black Diamond AFL since 2005. Had crowded house blaring on the way in on Star 104.5 this morning, David.
Oh, I was so embarrassed at the Elliot Davey Mellon. I couldn't get if the frequency number right. I'm going 105. It's 104.5, David, okay? See, now I'm not under pressure. I can do it. You sit there in front of 300 people, Star 105, and they're 2 lovely staff up there. They're really nice ladies. O'Brien sniping. Well picked off. Watling is a serious player, I'm telling you. You're going to hear a lot more about him. Matthew Enright, who's played in 7 grand finals for Newcastle City. Winning grand finals, I should say. What an effort that is. Pratt, Gillingham in and again. Really stood up this quarter. Patrick Gillingham, he's been almost unstoppable. And for mine, City are one kick away from securing this a grand final berth at home. Jensch and Keast. Jensch wins it with the left. O'Brien again, hasn't stopped trying. Goes out wide to the Max Quinlan wing. Delua's going to have a run. He has a run, gets it. This time gets a handball out to himself. Well done, Marcus Delua, making the play. Gary Price, that was fair. And the umpire's going to say, ball up, is he?
Yeah.
I watched that contact with Price. It was in here on the shoulder. So.
Sort of one player coming from either way, almost sandwiched, was Price.
Jackson finds Baker beautifully. Tomlinson let him go.
This is where they're going to take risks.
That's infraction. Whoa, mate, he was inside that 10-metre arc.
This is where they're going to take risks, David, and switch the ball straight through the corridor and move the ball quickly as Lennon gets spoilt.
By Enright.
Thank you. And he's paid a free kick, I think. He has, yeah.
Okay, right, so it was a legal spoil. That's interesting. So Lennon with the... No, I think that's Isaac Hughes with the footy, isn't it? That's not Jack Lennon.
That's Hughes, yeah. Sorry, David.
Isaac Hughes is under that tent. Puts it up. Really to no one. It's almost an aimless kick. Fogarty should have marked that. Jackson goes forward. Tomlinson at the back. This is the guy you want to get the football to. Goes as long as he can. Gets it in the arc. Jones! Good mark. That's a cracking grab from the young man. And if ever there was a goal needed, they've only got a couple of minutes left this quarter. Yeah. But Lucas?
Yeah, great contested mark there from the 17-year-old Job. Looking to get in some better fitness shape in this off-season when it comes, David.
Got a 17-year-old haircut too.
Looking to try and force his way back into the Swans Academy system. Good speak to him earlier on this morning.
And he thinks he's not fit enough. Is that what he's saying?
Correct.
Okay, well,
but he thinks he's got more improvement and can go a long way.
He's got good skills, mate. He's a good player.
And he's got it. And
that's a very important goal. Cardiff's third, Brant Jobe. So our score check is, when do I put my goal down? Cardiff 3-8-26, hanging on grimly. Newcastle City 6-9-45. Lucas Holmes.
Bar TV Sports. Bar TV Sports specialise in the live streaming and broadcasting of local sport, including the Black Diamond AFL. Bar TV Sports, making your game the main game.
Our man Kendall Clausen, he's done a great job all season. He'll be with us tomorrow at Tumbyumby, won't you, big fella? Over there doing the camera work indoors at Adelaide Street. Cannot wait, Louie. Yeah, you beauty. Indoors. None of this outdoor stuff. Indoors tomorrow at Kalani. Hectic, brother. And interestingly, Marcus Delua into the ruck. I wonder if Jensch has gone forward. He is. So they've made the switch.
Yep.
Marcus into the ball. Jensch to centre half forward. Let's see how they go. Enright's got the run of this. Can he pick it up? One-handed he does. Great tackle, Ireland. Tomlinson picks the ball up and actually misses for once in his life. Now Tomlinson's going to get a second opportunity. Handballs to Mr. Nobody. Keith's got the run of this. Can he pick it up? Does. Thompson trying to find a man out wide. Doesn't. Gibson, Gillingham. And Patrick sees it out in the deep forward pocket, Lucas.
And you'd think with Delorme going the ruck, you'd almost think he'd just be roving straight to Keast or Jackson, whoever's in the ruck for Newcastle City, David.
He'll make a contest.
He'll make a contest, but then we'll add that extra dimension of having another rover in there.
That's right. Let's see a contest here. Keast a little bit too strong. Marcus made a real contest of that, to be fair. Triffett not taken. Gillingham a tackle on Gretz. Ball's anyone's at the moment. Keast. Ball comes out wide. Good tackle. Now someone's had a left foot snap and kicked it. I can't see. Can you just go back to the left, Kendall? Thank you. Just going to see who gets congratulated in here. It was Mitchell Knight, everybody. Very important goal, Mitchell Knight on his non-dominant side. Newcastle City 7-9-51, Cardiff 3-6-26. Louis?
The entertainment grounds on the Central Coast has quickly established himself as the premier events location on the Central Coast. The entertainment grounds is an indoor and outdoor multi-purpose community facility for functions, events, festivals, weddings, exhibitions, as well as horse racing, David.
That might be an important goal. It's 24 minutes gone in this quarter. That's just about the dagger. Marcus Delua and Cam Keast in the ruck contest. Keast wins that one. Good leap with a big fella. Thompson, O'Brien, who's been pretty good today. Great tackle. I reckon that's Crawford. It is. Superb technique right around the hips. He's asking for a holding the ball decision. Didn't get it.
Had some hamstring problems in the past in season. Crawford he had his first game back last week and is providing that extra pressure element up forward along with Thompson.
Oh, Haswell, absolute blatant free kick. Now, Connor Haswell might end up kicking this ball after the siren. It's going to go close. Now, he's a very good kick, Connor, and he might be a chance from just outside the arc. And he'll go back and take his time. And what he's doing here is stopping Cardiff getting the ball again this quarter.
David, it's almost one of those distances where he back plays in on the run but might just fall a bit short with the set shot, especially the breeze has sort of held off a bit, but the rain is steadily coming down now, David.
It's almost perfectly still at the moment, which is quite unusual for number one. So Connor Haswell, the siren's going to be imminent. Outside the arc.
And there it is.
Oh,
and
my goodness me! Connor Haswell after the siren. And that, Lucas Holmes, is that. Newcastle City 8-9-57. Cardiff 3-8-26. And goals for City. 3 to Patrick Gillingham. Singles to Mac O'Malley, Connor Haswell, Mitchell Knight, Jackson Crawford and Cam Keese. And for Cardiff, Trent Thompson, Jack Lennon and Brant Jobe who kick goals. Lucas Holmes and I will be back with you shortly for the last quarter. And for mine, Newcastle City can start preparing for next week. Back with you shortly.
G'day, Rabbit and Julie Goodwin here from Star 104.5.
We love the Central Coast and we love our local sport, especially the Hunter Haval Black Diamond AFL.
You're looking for a feature-packed premium SUV for your family? Check out Hunter Haval and their range of affordable SUVs.
We want to give a massive thank you to all of the Hunter Haval Black Diamond AFL sponsors.
Belmont 16-Footers Sailing Club,
GE Industrial Solutions, ISC,
Prime 7,
Bar TV Sports,
The Entertainment Grounds,
Sports Coast Trophy and Embroidery,
Marks Men Workforce.
Please support our sponsors that support us.
And we'll catch you on the radio 6 to 9 weekdays on Star 104.5.
Introducing luxury you won't have to sell the house for. The new Haval H6 from $29,990.
Lucas Holmes and David Redden back with you at, after the three-quarter time break. At number one, the rain has now commenced properly. The forecast was for just a slow, long rainfall to come down, not much breeze, and It's just starting now, and as far as I'm concerned, I hope it rains for the next 2 or 3 hours and we get 10 or 15 mil. It'll be lovely.
I'm not complaining at all, David. It's exactly what football almost comes second in something like this. We've had the conditions have been near atrocious in terms of there hasn't been any rain for a long period of time. I'm not sure what it's been like in coastal areas like this, but I know with spending my time in the Central West, the majority of the time at the moment, maybe not the majority, but some time at the moment, as David just smiling back at me, it's very dry and barren out there, and we need every little bit of rain that we can at the moment.
Lucas lives in Bathurst, and I come from Orange, and to have those, Orange in particular is quite wet. It gets 900 mil of rain a year. It's very dry there, but it's just, it's unbelievable. This country can be so cruel sometimes. It really can. Fourth quarter away, Newcastle City are 25 minutes away from another grand final berth for mine, unless something remarkable happens. Gretz goes forward at the back. Nutmegs. Can Borrow score here? Is that a goal or is the play stopped?
No, it's a goal, I think.
Just waiting here. I haven't seen an all clear. There has not been an all clear given. So just waiting.
Is he paid a free kick and the advantage hasn't been paid?
Or is the free kick to Newcastle City? No, that's a... I'm confused. I thought that was... Lucas, when you've been talking to me in the last few weeks on air about the advantage rule, you said, David, it's got to be continuous. Yeah. That's the point.
Yeah.
The ball didn't stop. Borrow didn't muck around. So Isaac Hughes has got a kick here. So they have ignored the advantage and gone to Hughes. I must say I'm a little bit mystified by that one. The Newcastle City players are stopped, but that's not Cardiff's fault.
No, it isn't.
Okay.
What the advantage is for.
Hughes must kick it.
It's in the post.
Well. 30 points of difference. Cardiff 3-9. Newcastle City 8-9.
Five straight kicks, ladies and gentlemen.
5 straight kicks, though. As was highlighted on the earlier David middle note. 5. Durbridge with that thumping left foot of his. Keast wrestling. O'Brien roving again. Gibson nutmegs him. Max gets it out. Oh, beautiful handball to Malley. Tomlinson does well. Van Huisteed swooping and sees it out of bounds. Now, it's going to be very difficult to take overhead marks, ladies and gentlemen. The ball will get very greasy very quickly. So you look for a lot of the forwards to be in front and look for a lot of blokes trying to take marks on their chest or at least a second grabber because it will get greasy very quickly.
And the players that will be able to take overhead marks, the skills will rise to the top, David.
Yeah, Jensch will come to the fore here, Lucas, because he's got great hands. Oh, sneaky little handball. Comes out to Harrison. Ireland. Oh, pilfered by Reed. Van Huisteed. That'll be out of bounds on the full. And you can see the score in the background there on the beautiful electronic scoreboard. 57-27 Newcastle City. It's 3:46 in the afternoon and it is 2 minutes 30 gone in this quarter. Out the back, Durbridge, who's been terrific today. I reckon he's one of the most improved players in the Black Diamond Cup, Lucas Holmes.
No, for sure.
I really do. Along with Oosterhoff.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah.
Daniel White, you could throw into that mix too, I'd suggest. Braden Toz. Quinlan, there's another bloke that's really coming along. No, not out of bounds in the full.
And it's been interesting for us too, with watching most games every week, and with these quote-unquote new teams that have come up to the Black Diamond Plate. Haven't seen much of them before. The development of some of those players has just been outstanding. As Keith is in front and gets down to Quinlan. Quinlan goes back through the middle of the ground trying to gain territory, but he's cut off there by Gibson on the half-back flank. Looking to switch the play and does Gibson. Goes out to the outer side. Mark there just taken. Plays on immediately.
Ireland.
Thank you. Ireland goes on that long raking left foot to the outer side. In front. Stedman, David. Back to you. Is that Thompson in front? No, it's not.
That was Hughes, Haswell.
And they're all dragged down and there's a free kick.
Over the right-hand side, wasn't there, Louis? Was it a drag out? Is that what it was? Yeah. And it's Aidan Watling, I think. Yeah, that's Aidan. He's got the pretty white boots on. Goes down the line. Beautiful spot pass to Patrick Gillingham, who really has got better as the day goes on. There, Warner's Bay Jackets in the background. Lachlan Deverill in there. Jake Roach, g'day, boys. How are you? At the back. Having a keen look, actually, at their possible opponents. They're doing their homework. Mitchell Knight gets it out. The rat Simon O'Brien's in there. Oh, that's gone out. Gee, obviously we're 150 metres away, so back to the umpires. And again, having 3 boundary umpires. Lucas Holmes is looking around. That's something I'm not sure what it is. Looking around to find someone else in the Collingwood hat, probably. Tom Yench. Never miss an opportunity to pot Collingwood, Lucas. Mitchell Knight. That one, is it slewed off the side of his boot? No, it's been touched, I think. And I think we'll have a boundary throw in that halfback flank over near that telegraph pole, I think. Just waiting to see where the ball is.
It had gone over the fence and into the cars in that front row there, David, so the ball's just being retrieved.
Yep. You can see the rain coming almost straight down. That's an indication that there's almost no breeze here. And so we'll at least get some reasonably fair conditions, Louis, to play in. Yench left-handed. And it's just these suffocating defences choke the life out of you. There's no freedom to run in the forwards. It just must be so hard against these disciplined, experienced defensive
And
lines.
this weather's going to make it even more difficult than it already was, David.
Over the shoulder, Marcus Delua. And Cam Keast is going to stand the mark, which he's entitled to. Away goes Marcus, not for the first time having a run. Hello to his folks, Peter and Catherine down there in Melbourne. We always give him a cheerio. And also hello to Tom Yench's family, Kerry, his mother, and his father, Gary, and grandfather, Fred, who we met in Canberra earlier this year. Just lovely people, and you should be very proud of your sons. They're good lads and very good footballers. Out of bounds, this one will go just in front of the Newcastle City bench. And City have just plodding along quietly here, just being efficient, shutting them down. The game's not over by any means, okay? But the longer that's, Cardiff have got to kick 2 goals by that 10-minute mark.
Yep.
Okay? So let's just see how they go about it. Yench. Max Quinlan misses that one for once in his life. So conditions still a bit greasy here. The ground's in superb, Nick. Was on the square early in the morning. He was rolling the shoulders over. I wouldn't have wanted to bowl on that. It was lovely. Jackson, Yench. Yench is so strong. He's gone the kick. I reckon that's a free kick against Yench for a kick. No, it's gone to Simon O'Brien. Okay. Now he's found a man going through the middle. Well done, Enright. Read that like a book. Price in and under. Enright, throw that. That's a throw. Help me, Rhonda. Mac O'Malley goes long. Gibson's going straight through. He's got the Michael Jordan arm bandage on today. O'Donnell streams down the left. Baker, Rawnsley with him. Off to Mitchell Knight. Gee, there's some experienced players for you. Oh, good work, Connor. Really good work, Connor Haswell. Good chest mark. Short ball, finds Patrick Just. Yench will make him pay. This is an interesting ball. Who's going to get this one? Ireland again. Job starting to have some influence in this game. Good skills, good kicker of the football. Price dragged out of that. Play on court. No, he hasn't paid advantage. And this time, unless it goes in, as the Thunder rolls in around us to the left. So that could get interesting. I was at the famous Giants game when they called it off for a quarter because of the biggest thunderstorm you've ever seen in your life.
Was that at Monaco or was it at
No, that was not at Royal Monaco. It was what was then called Skoda. But
Skoda,
it's the Sydney Olympic Park. Oh, man. It was hectic.
Skoda Stadium.
Lachlan Price has got this. If ever he's kicked a goal in his life, this is it. It's going to fall quite short. Man on the mark did a really good job, actually, put him off. Watling, he is a smooth mover, this young man. Fine, spreads them out. Thompson's going to go for a handball, and Watling's continued running. He's going to come back inside to Thompson, hits him with a beautiful handball. Chain link handball here, like watching Geelong at their best. Watling, Mick Ryan's back out there. That is such good football. What do you say?
There's a Cardiff player down injured on the centre wing to the outer side.
Yeah, I've got him now, thank you.
Yeah.
He's down on his back, I think. Yes, thanks, Kendall. He's in a... Just waiting to see who this is. That's headgear.
Price, isn't it?
Oh, please, I hope it's not Lachlan Price.
It's the only one, isn't it?
Oh.
It's the
Keast. Cameron Keast. And Cameron Keast kicks a goal. And it's going to be very hard for Cardiff now. Newcastle City 9-9-63, Cardiff 3-9-27. I'm more concerned about Lachlan Price, who's had a lot of problems with concussions. If we could just go back to him, thank you. It is Price.
He's back to his feet, though.
Yeah, he's got his headgear, and he's struggling, and doesn't want to go off at the moment, so he's got the headgear off. For mine, I'd get him off. He's just had such a bad history. He's not a big man.
You got to take a player's health and welfare and well-being into the consideration. It's bigger than the game, especially these days. In the last 2 or 3 years, with all sports, head injuries and concussions, that sort of thing. As Ashball blows time on, and we're going once again here at number 1. Jensch just gets a tap out, and was that a whistle? It was. From where?
Simon O'Brien, I think, has got a push in the back decision against Mac O'Malley. Pratt running off O'Malley. Jensch has run forward. Goes to handball. O'Brien really has to kick this. I think he has. No. Now, was that touched?
No, it hasn't.
I don't think so. Jody Jackson, two-gun kid. Simon O'Brien. A quick reply. Cardiff, 4-9-33. Newcastle City, 9-9-63. Still a flicker of hope for Cardiff, but it's just a flicker. Lucas?
Sports Coast Trophy and Embroidery. Sports Coast Trophy are the leading supplier of trophies and embroidery on the Central Coast. They're also proud supporters of the Black Diamond AFL.
30 points, the difference. The weather, it's mild. There is no breeze, and the rain's in and around, but it's not too bad at the moment. We have a lot worse conditions for footy. Jackson and Jensch. Jensch has been very good today. Dragged out of that. Should have been a free. Sadly, I think this might be Tom Jensch's last game for Cardiff, Lucas. So.
Yeah, there's been some rumblings of that. Yet to be confirmed.
I hope not. I'd love to see him play for Cardiff and for the league again. He's a fine player and a decent human being. A lot of time for the man. O'Malley can't quite pick it up. Goes to ground. Big ruck of players in here. Oh, yeah, Jackson Crawford's been dragged out of that. Now, Parsons has found another free kick. And
for a throw, I think.
He's pointing at the Cardiff, is he? No play on advantage call because Thompson's away. No, that's going to come all the way back, I reckon.
I think it was for a throw, David, from what I would have seen from here. It was sort of the way that it was disposed was sort of an open hand. It was sort of flicked on, so I think would be a throw against Jackson Crawford.
Lucas Holmes, our man with the knowledge. Umpire extraordinaire. Does a great job for the Warners Bay Footy Club when he umpires. Connor Haswell, a lovely mark. City still being steady and playing this efficient type of footy. Jensch, that's a mark. Not paid, there wasn't a whistle. Vukovic drives the ball in and picked off by Durbridge. And this is the problem. Cardiff just can't get structure going forward. Durbridge comes down the wing. One-on-one contest. Can't pick it up. Oh, puts it between his legs. Good tackle, Batten. That should be gone. No, Parsons says that no free kick against Vukovic. Halfway through the last quarter, 12 and a half minutes. City up by 5 goals. Marcus Delure on the ball here. No, Thompson's gone up. That was almost a shepherd in the ruck.
Throw. He's paid a throw, David?
To Marcus, I think. Yeah, he got his hand the wrong way. Delure. Delure at the back. Joe roving. Jackson gets a left-hand handball out. Price can't pick it up. That's a throw. Missed, and there'll be a ball up. Cardiff have got to strike quickly. They're going to go bang, bang, bang pretty much. And let's see if they can pull something out the fire, like almost what they did in the grand final last year, Louis.
They came home hard that day. They will, as you said, David, will have to here. And
that should be a ruck free kick against Jensch for grabbing the ball in the ruck contest, shouldn't it?
It was sort of the tap out occurred first and it came back to him. So I think Borgs made the right decision. And we'll ball it up.
Fogarty, that's an illegal handball. That was a flat-out throw. Pratt. Oh, Caswell! What a screamer have we seen a day of marking today! Connor Haswell over to Dwyer with a perfect spot. And away go their young stars. Thompson down the line. This kick's not so good. Triffett. Pratt will hold his ground. Pratt's a very smart player. Could be in trouble. Out it comes. Patrick Gillingham. Out towards Thompson, who drops it. And again, on replay, have a look at Connor Haswell. Absolute screamer. We have seen a couple of beauties today. Gillingham and Haswell. Goodness gracious me.
Very skillful player. Took it on his chest too. Was very well done there. Connor Haswell jumping on 2 or 3 players.
Keast with a thump. O'Donnell smothered. Pratt reads it. Left foot round the corner.
Downfield.
Marcus is gone. Now Tarsons has stopped him again. Was it a downfield free? It is a downfield free. I assume Marcus has to get the football. And away he goes. Handball's off here to Gibson. Straight down the line. And again, not for the first time today, Lennon's been crucified by poor delivery. Rawnsley flying off the back. Drives it down the spine. Gillingham roving by Crawford. Crawford's dangerous in here. He is dangerous. What's he going to do here? Miss bad at commentators. Marcus Deleu has been really good with his run and carry today. Been one of their better players. At least Lennon's got... No, there's not Lennon. Hughes. Got to kick it. Got to kick it. Where's it going to bounce? Behind. Cardiff 4-10-34. And you can't win games of footy kicking 4-10. Newcastle City 9-9. Lucas, have a crack, please.
Thank you. Rawnsley almost goes down the spine and finds an unmarked Chris Jackson, which I don't think is a very good idea. Very damaging ruckman and rover around the ground is Chris Jackson. Goes wide to Baker. Baker here just in front of us on centre wing between the 2 interchange gates. Baker with that long raking left foot goes long down the line. Over top comes Greats. Greats O'Brien gets a tackle on. Dispossessed. The Rat O'Brien goes long down the line and is smothered over the line. Jack Lennon. And, is that Durbridge? Has he done a cramp? It's cramp, yeah, it's cramp. Reaching for that foot, trying to loosen up. Boundary thrown here from Simon McCauley in front of the Cardiff interchange bench. Jackson with the left hand goes directly to Gretz. Gretz goes left, just evades Harrison. Job roving, goes out, handball out in front of Lennon and can't pick the ball up and goes out of bounds. It's about 10 or 15 metres around from the arc here at Newcastle number 1 sports ground.
Lennon hasn't been the same player since he went off with that yellow card.
No.
He's lost a little bit of confidence.
Yeah.
No disrespect, but it doesn't seem the same player, Louis. Jackson taps it out. Going to ground, crash ball football. Gibson kicks it out sideways. Max has got a chance. He will wait for Gibson to pick it up and put a tackle on him. And it's a throw in. Lucas, continue on, please, mate.
Thompson had gone down. Must have been... he's run a fair way, has Trent Thompson all afternoon. Would be very tight on this big ground. When we go once again, boundary throw in. Yench over the top of Jackson this time. In and under there, Batten. Delors in and under. Gets bundled off the ball by Scott. Out the ball, Hughes gets the ball forward. For the left footer, is that Durbridge? Is that out on the full? Where's the boundary umpire going to say? Out on the... no, throw it in. This is umpire Parsons to umpire Miles McCauley. Once again in front of the Cardiff interchange bench, we'll have another throw in with 17 3/4 minutes gone in this 4th quarter. Once again, Jackson with the left hand. Scott wrapped up immediately by Gretz. And we'll have another throw up here rather. Umpire David Parsons patrolling the mid-zone at the moment. And here we go again. Jackson out-muscles Yanch. Knocks the ball towards the boundary line. And this is what Newcastle City want, David. Stoppage after stoppage, taking some time off the clock.
Absolutely, Lucas. And they've been very professional today. I suppose that's the best way. This has been a solid professional performance against a pretty decent football side in Cardiff. Yeah. And Cardiff just can't kick. We've been talking about it all day, Lucas. Yeah. And we've been speaking about it off air as well.
Brown drives the ball inside forward 50, looking for Brent Jobe, and Watling accompanies Jobe and the ball out of bounds just inside the arc here at Newcastle number 1.
I bet you that Hayden Watling doesn't take on Ray Steadman.
I wouldn't want to either, just quietly, David.
Out of his weight division, I reckon.
Yanch gets a thrusting fist forward. Delore breaks one tackle, gets the fend out. Lennon's all by himself, almost has to go the check side and squares it to Ryan. Ryan breaks 2 tackles, gets the ball out, but sprays it just to the near side. Cardiff now 4 goals, 11-35 trailing Newcastle City 9 goals, 9-63, David.
Remarkable. You can't keep going 4-11. That's amazing, isn't it, Lucas? Good job, mate. You're doing a great job tonight. You really are.
Thank you.
This is one of the lovely Mark Thompson. This is one of the first games when Lucas and I are hardly looking at our numbers. We've seen so much of the players, and I can assure you it makes it it helps you when you're trying to do commentary, when you have a reasonable knowledge of your players. It makes it sound more professional. And Louis been sitting there being my sidekick for 3 years, and he's doing a great job. So well done, mate. Now there's an injury. Is that Gillingham?
It was a hold. Yes, it is, David, I think.
I hope that's not a hammy.
It was a hold.
Gee, I hope it's a cramp.
There's Triffett. Gets the ball out in front. Tomlinson does well to corral. Almost can't pick those two far apart. Crawford and Thompson.
Marcus. Off to Brown. Down the line. Fogarty staying on his feet this time. Goes in hard with Ireland. Stedman goes low. So did Caswell. Haswell's come out. It's hopping from that one. O'Malley needs to push off. Vukovic does. Good body strength, Matthew Vukovic, whose wife also Cherie plays for Cardiff. And this one's got a free kick. He's plucked one out there to Triffett.
For a hold.
Mitchell Knight. Still a very, very good footballer in his veteran years, Lucas Holmes.
No need to play quickly, just playing some tempo football. Mitch Knight goes long and driving inside forward 50.
Batten. Vukovic has been pretty solid today. O'Brien, I think, has been one of their better plays. He had a real crack. Mitch Knight goes forward with a pirouette move. Gillingham's right. Cam Keese, can he finish?
He's done it, David.
Yeah. So Keese with his third goal and puts the polish on a very good performance. 21 minutes gone. Newcastle City 10-9-69. Cardiff 4-11-35. Lucas Holmes.
Marksman Workforce have been great supporters of the Black Diamond AFL since 2016.
Can you read the next headline too, please?
Subway Morisset. Subway Morisset is open 7 days a week. Breakfast, lunch and dinner. Trading hours 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Support local businesses. Subway, eat fresh.
We have the score. Newcastle City 10-9-69. Cardiff 10. And Gillingham's off. So I reckon he might have done a cramp or something. He's been taken off.
No need to risk him either, David.
No, so Baker and Durbridge and Gillingham and Ryder all having a rest at the moment. Marcus Deleu, who's been terrific today. Gee, he's been good. Under an injury cloud, he's been very strong. Hasn't missed a beat. Lennon, off to O'Brien, who's also been good today, albeit in a side that's going to go down. Ryan! Got to be a free kick. Got to be a free kick. And Ryan's not overly happy with that, and he's got himself a free. And with these conditions at the moment, he's just got to kick it straight. There is not a puff of wind at the moment. It's actually very still, quite comfortable, and you can have a perfect view on Kendall's camera here. 22 minutes gone. Ryan goes short. And Brant Jobe will come in and try and make himself Cardiff's only multiple goal kicker today.
Man on the mark.
I think he's been all right in the forwards. He's been
he's
giving them
good.
a target. Yeah,
he's good. That's what he's been doing the last few weeks, starting forward, then rolling through the midfield with his speed. He's fairly built frame now, tall and starting to build out. Jobe. He's pushed it right, but it's worked it back nicely and becoming Cardiff's only multiple goal kicker, Brant Jobe. Cardiff 5 goals 11-41, trailing Newcastle City 10 goals 9-69 with 23 minutes gone in this last quarter, David.
Hunt Haval, looking for a feature-packed premium SUV for your family? Check out Hunt Haval on the range of affordable SUVs. Starting from just $22,990, drive away with a 5-year warranty and 5 years roadside assistance. Hunt Haval give you more. Book your test drive today at East Maitland and Cardiff, Lucas Holmes.
Thank you, David. They sure are.
And your fault has held itself today. It's good that you had no issues today. Nothing's flown away. Unlike last week where it nearly did blow away in that breeze at Wide Lakes.
The reason why he's brought that up, ladies and gentlemen, he's lent me a folder today, the great man, and letting me know all about it.
Kate Triffett! Misses to the side. Cardiff 10-10-70. Cardiff 5-11-41. To be fair, Luke, it was blowing a gale, and I can't have things flying around. So just to let you know, I tape all my sheets down like King Tut. But I got a nice folder for Louis, so he's going to use that one.
Thank you. Gone straight down the middle there from the kick out. O'Brien trying to Rove
good bump.
puts a Shepherd on there. Long driving kick in the direction of Hughes. Harrison comes over the top and does very well to spoil. That was almost thrown out there.
It was a throw.
Kept their feet there, Stedman gets a handball out forward. Keeping their feet there. Some of the Cardiff players doing a better job of it. Ball's again pinballed around here in a phone box. Ball smothered off the boot. Mitch Knight, steps and they get the handball out, unfortunately, to another whose opponent.
I think it's against Knight's opponent. I reckon Knight's dragged him out, been dragged out at the back, Louis. Just see who gets this kick.
So after disposal? Or,
Yep,
yeah,
after.
okay. So there's a switch on there to Rawnsley if he wants it, but Michael, no. He does, and then go to switch to Rawnsley, and he'll come out further. And he's dropped that there. Was maybe looking for Quinlan, but had dropped the mark with relative ease. And it's turned over by Cardiff. Long off the side of the boots, almost gone in the air. O'Brien's there at the drop of the ball, roving as he always does. Haswell breaks one tackle, sidesteps the second, goes marauding through the centre and finds a sliding Cam Keese, David.
He's quality, isn't he, Connor Haswell? They missed him last week, but goodness me, he's going to be a weapon in the grand final, isn't he? He's just superb. He's balanced, ability to kick to the side of his body, can take a mark. He's just a good player for such a young man. And he's been well taught. Some of these blokes that he plays in the backline with are very good footballers.
Rawnsley, Baker. And there's the siren, ladies and gentlemen. Newcastle City are through to the grand final for 2018. Final score being Newcastle City 10 goals 10-70, defeating Cardiff 5 goals 11-41. The goal kickers, firstly for Newcastle City, 3 goals each to Pat Gillingham and Cam Keast. Then singles for Macca O'Malley, Connor Haswell, Mitch Knight and Jackson Crawford. And for Cardiff, 2 goals for Brant Jobe, singles for the skipper Simon O'Brien, Jack Lennon and Trent Thompson, David.
Lucas Holmes has done a great job today. It just strangely enough, was just one of those things that naturally segued, and he started taking over and doing a job. Did you enjoy yourself, mate?
It was, as you said, David. It's one of those games where we've seen these teams a number of times this season, and without having to look as much at notes and that sort of thing, it makes it flow. And I think we've done fairly well chopping in and out this afternoon.
It is a career that you want to get involved in. It was great. So you're doing a great job, mate.
Thank you very much.
With thanks to our great man Kendall over here. We'll be out of here shortly, ladies and gentlemen. Just some best players. First of all, good performance Newcastle City. Cardiff just beaten on the day, fair and square. Better players for Cardiff, for mine. Some of their big names. O'Brien, I thought, ran hard all day. Marcus DeLua was good. Yench was good. Brant Jobe had moments.
Yep.
Newcastle City, very interested to pick their best player.
O'Malley was good.
Yeah, he was. Hazel was brilliant.
Yep.
Thought Max had a good day out on
Quinlan
the wing. You
good,
mentioned him quite a bit. Mitchell Knight again. Rawnsley, Baker, Durbridge.
Yep.
I'm thinking Durbridge or Haswell for mine.
Yep.
What about you, Lucas?
Durbridge, Haswell. I thought O'Malley was fairly good as well, but I'm happy to go. You're probably leaning Haswell, I think, from what I've...
I am.
Yeah.
I just think he was dominant, and he just got better as the game got on. So,
Done.
are you happy?
Yep, done.
On behalf of our great man from Bar TV, Kendall Clausen, who's with us every week and will be with us tomorrow, and my co-commentator now, Lucas James Holmes. My name is David Redden. Lucas, it was a pleasure working with you again today, and well done on the commentary, mate.
Thanks,
I
mate.
hope you enjoyed yourself.
Catch you tomorrow, David.
Look forward to it. On behalf of Lucas and Kendall, my name's David. It's a very good afternoon from Newcastle number 1, with Newcastle qualifying for the grand final. We'll see you we'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.
See you, fellas.
G'day, Rabbit and Julie Goodwin here from Star 104.5.
We love the Central Coast and we love our local sport, especially the Hunter Haval Black Diamond AFL.
You're looking for a feature-packed premium SUV for your family? Check out Hunter Haval and their range of affordable SUVs.
We want to give a massive thank you to all of the Hunter Haval Black Diamond AFL sponsors.
Belmont 16-Footers Sailing Club,
GE Industrial Solutions, ISC,
Prime 7,
Bar TV Sports,
The Entertainment Grounds,
Sports Coast Trophy and Embroidery.
Marks Men Workforce.
Please support our sponsors that support us.
And we'll catch you on the radio 6 to 9 weekdays on Star 104.5.
Introducing luxury you won't have to sell the house for. The new Haval H6 from $29,990.